How do you achieve your greatness?
There's no margin for error.
No room for mistakes.
You need total control.
Your success is determined by your grit.
It takes thousands of hours perfecting your moves.
And only the strong survive.
You think you've paid your dues?
You think you're ready to enter the arena?
Think again.
This is the Telkom Digital Gaming League,
This is where legends fight till the last second.
where the action explodes straight through your system.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and Dota players around the world. Some more DGL Masters action for you this evening. Gonna be round 5. APG going head-to-head against Pulse Gaming. It is a little bit of a different lineup here for APG, as we have lost Adisdam from the APG lineup to XTC. If you have not heard, that is the new Masters team that he will be playing for. But nonetheless, we're going to be having Mr. Stand-in Hurley that is going to be taking Adam's place. I am Jabba, joined by the lovely Succubus. How are you doing on this beautiful evening?
I am doing absolutely fantastic. I've had an amazing weekend, and I'm going to have an even better weekend now that I get to cast this beautiful matchup. Certainly, we have 2 players missing here. Obviously,
Yeah, well, I mean, sometimes we have to say goodbye to the best, and sometimes hello to the new, as Adam has actually left the side of APG. Who was the second person you were thinking of?
we lost Flanks earlier this year as well. He retired, so he has been replaced by Filthy Frank, and he's been doing an excellent job. I mean, Filthy Frank been using that pudge absolutely amazing. We saw those hooks last time they played versus WRG. So Filthy Frank's been standing in for him, and he's been doing an exceptional job. So yeah, I still miss my boy Flanks, but if you guys don't know, Flanks is started with the APG Academy team, and they have one rule, and that is they are not allowed to practice. It's just a fun team. So yeah, let's get started with the draft, guys.
Well, as you said, the game is underway. No more digression. I mean, even if that is not a word, I'm inventing it. But yeah, APG banning out Axe, as well as the big RPing Magnus for the side of Pulse, banning out Slardar and the Invoker. But more interested in looking at the picks. APG managed to get their hands onto that LD, then followed up by the Weaver. Maybe you can have a look at the stats and tell us a little bit more about the Weaver. But jumping quickly onto the Pulse, we've got Lifestealer and the Centaur Warrunner. So already we've got Pulse, got a little bit of a combo-wombo lined up here. Infest into the Centaur, Stampede in, Infest Bomb, boom, blowing up a couple of peeps. Although Weaver got the time-lapse available if that's going to be a little bit of an issue. Lone Druid, going to be not very involved in team fights, as we generally see the LD being played as the big right-clicking range beaut of note. Maybe it's going to be good enough. I don't know.
Lifestealer is going to struggle a bit against this Lone Druid. We've seen how effective Lone Druid has been in this patch. It's pretty cancerous. It's kind of like the same as the Sniper. It's the 2 heroes you kind of don't want in the draft to play against. Plus, we've seen teams run that position for Weaver, where they go for that Aghanim Scepter. I believe in the one game we had the Weaver. A support Weaver have more farm than the team's carry or the team's mid, so it can become extremely useful, a Weaver, but it's easy to shut down. It's a very squishy hero. Yes, it's got mobility and escape. Yes, it has that time lapse, but if it's disabled long enough, and like Lifestealer will take care of that pretty quickly with the Centaur Warrunner hoof stomp into double edge. Weaver's pretty much food at that point. They just need like a stun, a disable, a silence. The Weaver can be dealt with pretty easily. But if it does spiral out of control, the Swarm does contribute quite a bit to the team fight. It brings down the armor. So it is a nice hero, but at the moment in this Master Series, we've seen Weaver come out, picked about 10 times, banned it at 23 times. Its win rate right now is a little bit higher than it used to be. It's sitting now at 50%. In the beginning of the Master Series, the Weaver did have a very low win rate. It was like 16% or something, something to that effect. So Yeah, it was very dismal. It didn't have much of an impact, but it does seem to have more of an impact these days. And I think teams are starting to work it into the draft with heroes and lineups that make it work. So I would I would think it would either be an off-lane Weaver or it would be that position 4 that we've seen a lot in this Master Series with the Weaver picks.
Well, some of the bans have come out. Let's look at those rather quickly. Really denying the side of Pulse getting their hands on the sniper. And the Rubik sniper has been an absolute nightmare in Masters, in competitive Dota, as well as in the pub games that I play. Stop picking sniper, people. And Rubik as well also has a major impact in, or has had a major impact in the Master Series. An absolute little lunatic. If any team gets their hands on it, obviously this time around, APG not wanting to let that one sneak through that slot, banning him out for the side of Pulse, banning out the Sand King. So just trying to maybe ensure that their offlaner does actually, or at least their cores, depending on how Pulse decide to run their lineup, to try and just prevent that Sand King from popping their classic finale and causing absolute devastation. But Dazzle as well also been banned out. He's also had a pretty decent success rate. Dazzle's really coming to the forefront in the new meta. So also Pulse not wanting to deal with that. But looking at this Abaddon pickup now, this is something I don't even think we've actually seen this actually being played. Let us just double check here.
But Abaddon has not been picked up yet in the Master Series at all, actually.
Yeah, he's
It's the first appearance.
Yeah. First appearance, so first appearance that he doesn't even appear on the list, people. He doesn't even appear on the Sargon list. Shout out to Sargs for the stats that he has actually provided us.
But looking at the Dazzle though, it's got a very high win rate here in the Master Series as far. It's at 88% win rate, almost at 89%. So very effective. I mean, the new Poison Touch is a beautiful thing. Plus, you can have the carry Dazzle, the extra 60 damage.
Oh yes, living the dream, baby.
Honestly, it's more use Heal Bomb, the Shallow Graves, that amazing ulti of his that just brings up your team's armor, can also do heavy armor reduction on the side of the enemy team. But I really want to talk about this Abaddon now. Abaddon, I used to play against the Abaddon Weaver lane quite a bit. Like you would literally put on that apothic shield onto the Weaver, just Sukuchi's in and completely just dives the tier 1 towers and just completely wrecks your lane. Like, there's no, I mean, even if you get the Weaver disabled, I mean, all it takes is Abaddon shield and it's debuffed. He can also Mystic Coil, which he can save a Weaver's life. It's a ridiculously strong lane. To see if it will work in this current meta, it will be left up to be seen. But I definitely think the Weaver Abaddon lane it's really, really strong. If they do want to run it that way, but Abaddon is strong regardless of that. I mean, he's got beautiful spells. He's got the debuff. He's got the heal. He can always deny himself with Mystic Coil on enemy hero if he gets very low. Of the Curse of Avernus, along with the Lone Druid with the Skadi, it's going to be pretty disgusting. Plus the Borrowed Time is nice, and with the Aghanim Scepter, he can literally take a ton of damage for his team with the Ag. So for me, all round Abaddon is a very good hero, and it's good as a support, it's good as a position 4, it's good as a core even. I mean, we've seen like last year. I think Loda was one of the guys, not last year, but like 2 years ago, he was one of the guys to play and carry Abaddon. So it can work in pretty much any role. It's a very strong hero, but also another good combo for a Juggernaut. It can work so well in a draft. But now Pulse return the favor with a Warlock. Warlock last year in the Master Series it was like 95%. I think Warlock lost like 1 or 2 games in the entire series in the Masters last year. Very strong hero. It does have that long cooldown ulti, which we've seen not really work in this current meta. We've seen the low cooldown ultis, the aggressive teams come out. That type of those lineups.
They're ready to fight. They're ready to fight buttes. Yeah.
But what Warlock does offer is the fatal bonds. And the upheaval, I don't really like skilling all too much. It kind of leaves you vulnerable because you have to stand still. But Shadow Word, extremely strong nuke early game. I mean, you put like Fatal Bonds and a Shadow Word onto an enemy hero, a couple of right clicks, they're trying to run away, and all you do is, you right click the creeps that they're Fatal Bonds to, and they just end up dying. So, I mean, I think that's where the Abaddon's going to have to, really, really come in there and save whoever they go on. But Shadow Word and Fatal Bonds are extremely strong spells on their own there. And it does combo up nicely. I mean, you can Stampede into Chaotic Offering, push down a nice tower. They've got the Venge Aura as well to help them. It's really, for me, it's a very strong pick. See if it will work here.
Lion.
Be debatable, but the Finger God himself has now come onto the scene.
The Finger God.
But also very good combo for Jug. I mean, you've got the the mini Ravage in the form of the Earth Spike with an amazing Hex. It also gets rid of Lincoln's pretty well. The Mana Drain is exceptionally annoying, and of course that huge nuke Finger of Death. But it does combo up nicely with the Jug. I mean, you get stunned, spinned on, hexed. It's just there's no going anywhere. Whoever gets into the path of these two is completely dead.
Right, well, it is going to pretty much be the round of the drafts have been completed. Tinker being the final pickup for the side of Pulse. If our Butte can actually make this lineup work, I mean, how do you see it going at the moment? APG have got a very, maybe unorthodox lineup, considering Lion and Abaddon, two really newcomers to the master scene. Mid laners here for the side of APG. Who do you think it's going to be?
Oof.
The LD?
Okay. Mid lane, I would think Lone Druid or the Juggernauts. Juggernauts can always spin out of the Tinker laser before he casts it on. Yeah, it's kind of a waste, but I would think Lone Druid is the better option mid, since he's got that bear. He can kind of, stand out of range and he can harass the Tinker. Because the Tinker is not an easy thing to lane against mid. I mean, the laser, spamming laser, you can't last hit. It's, the missed chances, it's really annoying. Plus, he's got that amazing nuke. And then, obviously, when he does level March the Machines, you can't get near your creep waves. So, yeah, Tinker mid is a fairly annoying thing to play up against. But it's also extremely good for them in this lineup, because Tinker can TP in around the map, split push. Because they've got, I would say, they got much better push on the side. On the side of... my word.
All right, well, you're going to have to hold that thought for the moment. It seems like my Dota's playing up. I'm going to have to restart really quickly. So if you want, just give me a sec. Just keep the peeps entertained for the moment. I need to actually restart my Dota. It's going to be one of those eves.
They can't follow the camera. That's just a little bit of a problem. But yeah, I'll talk about it. Like, Tinker can basically, TP in and sheep and take care of the Lone Druid or the Weaver when he does get his sheep. Like, Aghanim Scepter on him is pretty amazing as well. Does make those lasers bounce. He's got 4 rockets. It's absolutely ridiculous. Plus, he's got effective split push as well. So he can be damn annoying in the lanes and force TPs back, that sort of thing. So for me, it's a really good pickup here, and it makes a lot of sense. But yeah, I think the Druid will be the one to face off on him mid. But in the meantime, guys, when Jabba is back, we will introduce the teams. So how are you doing there, Jabba?
I'm loading into the game as we speak. I am transferring back to the window, so hopefully things have been resolved. Just waiting for my...
Looks like Fady and Doppler are going to get the side of the Dire Ruin here as well. And your Filthy Frank contesting Smacker, but Smacker was able to pick it up. So... yeah, then Fady. So I think it was 3 bounty runes for the side of APG, and only 2 bounty runes for the side. 3 bounty runes for the side of Pulse and 2 for the side of APG. Alrighty. So they're contesting the runes there pretty nicely. But look at this. Filthy Frank, is he gonna try and get a courier snipe this early?
Well, if he actually turns around, he could actually pick it up. He doesn't actually spot it out.
I don't think he knows.
Oh,
the courier's just stopped there for no reason. Okay.
It looks like Smacker actually decided to actually run the courier around the tree so it actually doesn't get caught out. So, I mean, good awareness there, although it would have actually been leading straight into Filthy Frank if his timing was a little bit better. But he doesn't actually pick it up.
The classic Abaddon Weaver lane.
Yeah, you said it.
Yeah. Jeez.
You said it.
It's
Alrighty.
been a while since I've seen this combo, but damn, it is strong as hell.
All right, well, I am back. So let's go around and introduce the players. Let's do all the snazzies as before the game really gets the kills up on the board. So for those of you that are just joining us, this is going to be game 1 of Pulse Gaming versus APG. The Radiant is going to be played by the side of Pulse. We have got Aghanim going to be playing the Life Stealer. We've got Doppler going to be on the Warlock. We've got Vengeful Spirit going to be played out by Fetty, going to be doing a little bit of jungle work here. In the mid lane here for the side of Pulse is going to be Smacker on the Tinker. And last but not least, it's going to be Rage Boss that's going to be playing the Centaur Warrunner. Just to give you a little bit of an update, Pulse has gone 2-2 in this series, 1-2, lost 2. And we're going to see if they can actually get themselves a little bit better of a score series update to their name. I mean, if that is even English, what I said there. But they really need
bad English.
Yeah, bad English.
Yeah, and APG has won every game except for the WRG game. They've gone 2-0 versus Ventus, 2-0 versus DC, 2-0 versus EN, and then 2-0 versus WRG, which they lost. But they are, so they're 3-1 at the moment. So we'll see tonight if they can keep up their winning streak, so to speak. They've only lost one game in this series, but we'll have to see. But in the meantime, before the smack is going to go down here in the mid, not even the Fairy Fire is going to help him there. Yeah, early bugs and Sakuchi, early swarm from Filthy Frank. Can't really get away from that. And then, of course, Jug is quite a bit faster than him right now. There's no getting away from that.
It's going to make it super duper hard. Well, we've done the introductions for the side of the Radiant. Go ahead and do the introductions here for the side of the Dire, as the teams have actually changed up.
Sorry.
But Fatal Bond, as soon as you see Fatal Bonds, you start panicking, like, okay, who's going to die? Who's going to die? Filthy Frank does actually... Filthy Frank actually, what looks like he may want a part of this. Actually, Sakuchi's up, trying to get into the sidelines. I wonder if they actually saw him. They probably would have actually seen him there.
Okay, guys, before any other action starts happening, let's do the introduction of APG here. We've got ACG on the Juggernaut mid, followed by O'Malley on the Abaddon, Filthy Frank on that Weaver, the Mules of Bob on the Lion over there, and last but not least, we have Stand-in Hurley on your Lone Druid. That's interesting. I would have actually thought that ACG would have taken the Lone Druid going mid, and then Hurley playing the Jug safe lane. I suppose against the tri lane it is safer for the bear. He can get out of it a little bit better, and he can harass their bear. But there's a little bit of action here. Hurley now gone on Aghanim is just right clicking the hell out of him. Not going to be able to get it done.
They're going to pick up the kill on Doppler. In the meantime, Aghanim can't close out the kill on Hurley. Filthy Frank in a little bit of trouble here. He's going to be able to Sakuchi out of it. Very low HP. And Hurley not going down. Neither Bobule. So already 2 kills going in favor of APG. Beautifully little done there. I mean, they completely broke up their team fight, and they just couldn't get Mr. Warlock out of there.
It is pretty interesting having a rotating Weaver. Don't see that very often, but it's seeming to work out for them here. But the reason why Filthy Frank is quite low is because he chased down the Warlock there almost behind the tier 1 there.
With Fatal Bonds, though, is it worth? I mean, they've got Fatal Bonds and they're still chasing it down.
Yeah, well, I mean, Bob didn't really have any Fatal Bonds in him. Hurley's pretty tanky. He can survive like level 1 Fatal Bonds.
Bot lane, though. Rage Boss in a little bit of trouble here. O'Malley trying to be caught up by the creeps. He goes down. Diving tier 1 tower. Rage Boss hiding behind the trees. I mean, wow. Rage Boss
coming in there with the Wave of Terror saved his life. Good rotation, just in the nick of time.
Yeah, that was super close. I mean, an Abaddon going toe-to-toe against the Centaur Warrunner. He even got the double edge, so maybe not so successful against having that amorphobic shield, if I even am saying it correctly. But we're going to call it the shield because...
Apothic shield?
Apothic. Well, here we go. Bob Yules.
Someone's a frog.
Yeah, he's going to be... Maybe if you kiss him, he'll turn into a prince. But before we get there, Doppler got about the does once again. Going down to Mr. Hurley himself. And picking up himself another kill. So now this tri lane here top for the side of Pulse seems to be rather weak and is being picked off constantly. I mean, okay, they did get a couple of rotations here from Filthy Frank, but now at this point, I mean, Doppler's just becoming pretty much food here for the side of APG. What do? Do you now say, okay, well, we're not doing so well?
I would go maybe try gank ACG mid since they've got pretty decent rotating supports. I mean, like I said, Fatal Bond Shadow Word does a lot of work. And then, of course, Aghanim now in a little bit of trouble here. I say a little bit, but he's going to die.
Now Doppler even trying to get in there. They makes you too. No, they don't. Bob was just a little bit out of position.
With O'Malley playing this Abaddon against the Centaur Warner, he can pretty much sustain himself in the lane against the Centaur Warner as an Abaddon. He's farming that Abaddon. It looks like he's going to go for the early Vladimir's offering, so that's going to give quite nice, quite nice pushing potential on his team. I mean, they've got like pretty much 3 melee heroes here, so a quick Vladimir's offering is going to do a lot of work for his team. They were going to be able to bunch up pretty early and fight. It's also going to give the creeps extra everything. And that laser, ACG.
But I mean, surprisingly, look at the last hits here. ACG sitting on 32 last hits versus a Tinker. And let's not forget to mention, Tinker's a range, should be doing a little bit better. But let's hold that thought. It's top lane. A little bit of an engagement here. They're trying to find out early. Is it enough? Fear comes out from the bear, keeping him alive. Filthy Frank does pick up the kill on Doppler in the background. Fatal Bond's doing so much work. And Hurley eventually going down. Bob's still taking a little bit of damage there.
Filthy Frank just killed Hurley. He just tanking creeps with Fatal Bonds, and he's going to go down as well.
OMG.
Huge misplay. Why do that though? You're taking so much aggro with Fatal Bonds and you first kill Hurley and then yourself. That doesn't make any sense.
But that's my question is do you think it's a good idea? Well, obviously it's not a good idea, but why do you think they still do it? That being once Fatal Bonded up, they still want to continue fighting. Don't you think it's better to okay, let's wait for the timeout and then disengage?
Yeah, the fight was over back then. I just think Filthy Frank was overzealous. Just a bit of a misplay happening there, but goes down. That Lone Druid's not having fun.
All of a sudden, APG was looking so strong in this top lane. Doppler was being picked off.
To be honest, Hurley was out of position there. He's on his own in that lane against 3 heroes right now. Rather wait for the rest of your supports to come and return before you are so aggro in the lane. You can't be that aggro with a Lifestealer, Venge, and of course a Warlock. That was stepping that far forward without any support is not a good idea. But Smacker in the meantime.
Oh, he actually got scanned out.
Yeah, ACG used his Omni Slash and then just a spin to finish him off.
But even the fact that
use of the scan, it was a very good use of the scan.
Yeah, but you get scanned out, someone's there. Do you approach or do you rather just back off? Knowing that the other teams were actually representing on the map, it had to be the Jugger, ACG, knowing that he's level 9 already. You've got to have that threat of knowing that the Omni Slash is just going to go and tear you a new one. Don't you just back off at that point instead of actually poking your head in?
Yeah, well, unfortunately, he couldn't get that laser off as well. So ACG's, it's a bit unfortunate. I think he thought he was safe behind the tower there. Obviously, evidently not safe enough. And the fact that Fady was TPing in as well. He's like, okay, well, the Venge TP in. Let's kill whoever's here. Obviously,
it just happened too quick.
It just happened way too quickly, yeah.
Well, Aghanim, he's actually not representing in the lane. He's actually going to go and try and contest these creeps here. We do have Mr. Lion Rooney here. Bob Buell's trying to see if he can actually just get a little bit of a ward. Drops a sentry, trying to see if he can actually spot out any observers. Let's just have a look at what our map is actually showing at the moment. We are now looking at the side of Pulse. Only one observer here in the top lane. It is kind of new, been dropped maybe a minute ago in terms of, hang on, looks like something's happening mid here. ACG in a little bit of problems. There comes the swap. ACG trying to run his sweet ass out of there. Comes the magic missile. Doesn't have enough mana to do anything after this. Omni Slash still on cooldown for another 30 seconds, but he's going to walk it off pretty easy. They do get the rotation in from Bob.
Even if they did some magic damage to him, he's got those infused raindrops, so he could, survive the mass nuking of a Tinker and a Vengeful Spirit. Plus, he's got those phase boots, so he's relatively faster than them. And he's almost got the Helm of the Dominator up. So I think with the Helm of the Dominator is up, the Vladimir's offering is up onto the Abaddon as well. They can just start pushing towers and taking pretty big team fights. Filthy Frank at the moment can deal with that Warlock pretty nicely, as we've seen previously. And of course, they've got the Abaddon to kind of take Fatal Bonds off the person that's really dead. That's really.
Oh, here comes the Stampede. They're trying to find ACG 3 here from the side of Pulse. Is it going to be enough? One rocket to finish it off. one rocket to own them all. Smacker
Oh,
picking
I
himself a
mean,
big kill there.
that's not much getting out of there. If you have no mana to spin, you got getting stunned up, shadow worded, and then just a rocket to finish you off. Yeah, you're definitely not getting out of that one. But it does look like the side of APG are going to go, okay, we're going to try and attempt to take our first tier 1 tower, and they go for the bottom tower here. Not much they can do in the way of rotation, since, you know, most of them need TPs and mana and all those good things. And it does look like Smacker decides to rather TP mid and force the issue there, because there's no way you're saving that bottom tower, unfortunately. Not after the rotation they just made mid.
Yeah.
It's actually pretty well played there by APG.
You know what I'm really worried about? Just looking at how Lone Druid's starting to pick up some levels, starting to get their bear online. I mean, you know, even when Aghanim actually gets his rage off on the Lifestealer, that bear is still going to root him in place and become an absolute disaster here for the side of Pulse. I'm really worried about it. If he gets that entangle off, going to be causing a little bit of a problem here for Mr. Aghanim. I don't know how you feel about that, but I mean, you've got a Lifestealer that's not right-clicking, that's been rooted. I mean, he's pretty much as good as dead.
And you can't even rage out of root, because root disables you no matter what. So it's just like, you know, what are you going to do? I mean, BKB is not going to help against root. Rage is not going to help against root. It's pretty effective, but I think the Tinker is the thing that's going to have to stop this Druid or the Weaver, etc., because he's going to have to get that Sheepstick up, Blink Dagger, Sheepstick, all those good things to be able to deal with them. But again, that's only going to be a lot later into the game. And if APG decide to barrel down mid now with those items, with the Helm of the Dominator, with the Vladimir's offering, you know, they could potentially walk away with this game before on the side of Pulse are able to deal with any of these heroes. Yeah, sure, Fady can swap out someone and save their life, but I mean, then Fady's just going to go down, so, and then they're just going to be able to push a tower. And mid tower is looking very, very low here, and so is the top tower as well. So I mean, they're gonna start having very little map control very soon, and it's kind of worrying, because you need time for the Lifestealer to get big. You need time for Smacker to get his items up. You need space, and I know they're gonna need to start barreling down and possibly just getting that Blink Dagger, which they have got the Blink Dagger now onto the Center Warner, so you can have the Lifestealer bomb come in. You've also almost got Blink on your Tinker, so you can have the Tinker Lifestealer bomb as well. But I think they're going to need to start using this Warlock ulti, trying to force the issue, not letting APG have all the space that they've gotten at the moment. And there we go, we have your first Lifestealer bomb of the game. Hurley is not getting gone on here, but there comes O'Malley and instantly TPs in to save the life. And this is going all wrong.
There's the root.
Yeah, that's the route.
That's the route. Aghanim going to try and TP out. They're going to try and find him. They were running all in the wrong direction. Pings come out a little bit too late.
Yeah, but I mean, like, see what I mean? Like, very, very good attempt, but then you want to go on to the lone Druid, who's extremely tanky. He has that savage roar on his bear that, you know, instantly turn a gank around. Plus, the rotations coming in were absolutely brilliant, but they couldn't even capitalize on the rotation there. They could have maybe taken a mid tower, because, you know, 4 heroes are there, 4 heroes TP, and ACG gets the objective. But now he might be in a bit of trouble here.
Oh, magic missile that. Good night, sweetheart. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, he couldn't even do anything. Everything's still off cooldown. So I mean, ACG not putting up much of a fight there, being caught with pretty much his pants down. And being a very easy kill here for the side of Pulse. So all of a sudden, I mean, 15 minutes in, sitting 7-7. I mean, looking at the net worth at the moment, you do have Abaddon sitting top of the charts, then followed by Mr. ACG on the Tinker, then Aghanim's on the Lifestealer, then I lie, it was Smack on the Tinker and the ACG on the Jugger. So I mean, so far, I mean, you've got your 4 cores from both teams. It's reasonably doing pretty well, and with almost nothing in it. I mean, this is a close game.
Yeah, it is a close game, but I must say, like, objectively, APG is winning this game at the moment. They really are. I mean, like I said, they could have capitalized. I mean, the 4-man rotation should have cleared up them taking the mid tower there, where in return, like, ACG just goes, okay, I'm gonna walk up and right click. Yeah, he paid with his life, and then in return they got the tower. But yeah, it's just for me, they need to focus on objectives and maybe work as 5 now, because otherwise APG is not going to give them the space to get the items they actually need, and especially on this Tinker. The Tinker needs to TP and rotate, stop a push, march the machines as much as you can, TP back into base, you know, that sort of thing. They're gonna have to do that now. Otherwise, APG is gonna walk all over them. They have the heroes. They've got actually quite a bit of lockdown as well. So it's a pretty scary lineup. Pretty scary lineup.
Well, I mean, looking at the
to-
bot lane. I mean, you've still got the Rock on off cooldowns. I mean, APG not even wanting to even contest the bottom tier 1 tower. I mean, the strength here from the side of APG with always having that Rock off cooldown can always just be a problem. There's always that threat of being blown, and then you've got the follow-up stuns from the Venge. I mean, Fatty, he just gets that magic missile off. Whoever he catches, that's pretty much dead.
I hesitate to say, but I think Tinker might need the E-Blade Dagon refresh, E-Blade Dagon refresh, E-Blade Dagon, just to get that massive nuke out onto the Lone Druid. Sheepstick is nice as well, but I think later on, just to like completely blow up one hero, especially something like Lion, you know, you rocket in laser, maybe you don't even need Dagon after that, but then, like, you know, just to deal with like multiple heroes at once to get that mass damage out, I think it could be legitimate here. Guys, I just want to apologize. We do seem to be having FPS lag, but it is probably due to the servers.
No, that was my fault.
Oh, is it your fault?
Yeah, I was being greedy by putting my performance settings to highest, and
Okay.
so I changed it down to poor man settings, pretty much.
Poor man settings.
Yeah.
Like, the servers have been on the fritz today. I mean, it took us almost 20 minutes to find a game, and it's just like we like gave up and tried EU, and EU wasn't finding. It was like, okay, I give up. Just wanted to play one game.
Drama. But I mean, what is Dota without a little bit of drama, a little bit of excitement, a little bit of pizzazz? I mean, it's one way for you guys to actually interact with us is when we do things wrong. Then we hear from you. But
there's an Aghanim inside a Rage Boss.
you mean Centaur already has an Aghanim? Oh my gosh,
Yes,
that is some
Centaur
quick
has
farm.
the Aghanim. No, but yeah, you can see what tower APG want to push next. I mean, they've got extremely aggressive wards here. If you can just show them here, they got one in the lane, they got one by the shrine, and then one just in the view of the mid tower as well. It's very aggressive warding, and it does seem like they want to, you know, end this game as quickly as possible. Definitely got the heroes to do it, and they've got the heroes to deal with the mass damage coming out here.
Oh, big blink. Big blink, big rock, and well, that was pretty much deleted. I mean, Filthy Frank not even being able to pop, not even able to pop his time lapse. I mean, okay, this is going to be tier 1 top now for the side of Pulse, and I mean, yes, okay, you know what? In the beginning, well, you did say in the beginning, like, I mean, this lineup or this update really favors the fighting lineups and those teams that are ready to fight. But I mean, still, if you can play properly. Well, not what I mean by play properly. If you can play according to your timings of waiting for the rock to be off cooldown, waiting to disengage when your big ult is off cooldown, then, I mean, you can push easy.
Alpha Wolf with crits, Bear, like, they are just pushing these towers so fast and hard. And now,
TP's in here to the shrine.
There's a lot of TPs here. They do not have the main team fight ultis up. They need to get out. If they don't get out soon, they're going to get picked off here. Oh.
Instant USS callback.
I
Scotty.
think Fady's going to be left down in the dumps here. Going to try his best to get out. 4 staff being used as well as the stun. Filthy Frank is hot on his heels. They don't
There's
have
nothing
any
to stun it out. All of a sudden, Yules comes into range, gets the sheep off. Fatty, you're going to go down. We do have Mr. Smacker throwing out a rocket for the sake of it and just going to TP back to base.
Hey, the Bob of Yules.
The Bob
Using
of
that
Yules.
hex like a boss.
Like
and he has got that ether lens, so it's just the range of hex right now. Just hovel over the hex and the stun and everything. It's got quite a massive range, and it's nice to see that pick up. You know, normally you see the lions rush their blink daggers, that sort of thing, but yeah, I think rushing the ether lens here is a pretty good thing, since they do have the Tinker, they do have the Warlock ulti, they do have Nether Swap available as well, and he's a pretty easy target sitting at 700 HP here. So
But I've always liked Lion as a god tier support. Although he hasn't been picked up, I think this is his first pickup in the Master Series. And I mean, previous to this update, Lion was one of those sought after supports that were always being picked up, either banned out. He was one of those big playmakers, and now APG deciding to run the Lion. It kind of brings back a little nostalgia, seeing how strong the Lion actually is. And if played correctly, making those plays, those big important plays, I mean, you can see how important that disable can be.
Our Lion definitely has a big impact. I mean, I still think he's got tier support just purely because he has mass disable, huge nuke, but
Ooh, big bomb coming out. Aegis down on the deck already. Not even being able to pick up a kill. Hurley going to try and get out of there. The rock is going to be used. Going to slow down Hurley. There comes the upheaval. Swap back into it from Mr. Fatty. Open wounds being used up. Big blink in from Rage Boss. Getting themselves that beautiful little kill there onto Hurley. So definitely worth thus far. We've got Pulse still wanting to continue the charge. There comes the laser out onto O'Malley. And Bob trying to get the stun off. He gets a two-man stun. That's going to work out for him. Fatty missing the magic missile onto Filthy Frank. He's going to be able to secure you out of it. And basically create a little bit of distance there between him and himself. So a lot of ultis being used, a lot of fight being taken down the Aegis as well as Hurley. I mean, that was literally 2 kills in that fight. So
yeah, I must say the Fatal Bonds is doing a lot of work. I mean, Fatal Bonds is great versus strength heroes. Yeah, because if you get Fatal Bonds on that, like, you know, like hugely tanky hero like the Bear, the Abaddon, that type of thing, that Fatal Bonds is going to be going forever, and you're going to end up killing your teammates because you have Fatal Bonds on you, and you are the tanky hero. And I've seen it happen so much. I did it the other day to some of my teammates. I was playing with Adustin and Plick, and like I was playing Axe, and I was just like, you know, the level 25, the 25 plus regen with the heart and everything. I felt nothing. Like I would just, you know, tank the world, but I had Fatal Bonds on me, and I kept killing them. It was absolutely hilarious. But it's so good against it. It really is. Like if you're able to get the Fatal Bonds on the tankiest hero and link the rest of the team. Yeah, you can basically just right-click that hero for days and end up killing someone on the sidelines, and there's nothing they can really do about it. So Fatal Bonds is definitely doing a lot of work here in the team fights.
Well, big pickup here for Mr. Filthy Frank. He has actually completed out his Ag Scepter. Now, for those of you that do not know, Ag Scepter on to a Weaver can time-lapse anyone of his choice. It's not just now onto the Weaver. So from this point forward, you've always got the possibility of them maybe going onto Hurley and then taking a huge amount of damage, ultis being used, and then Weaver just says, yo, what's up? Boom! Time lapse the Hurley, and he's back to where he was 5 seconds ago. And then 5 seconds where his HP was. Done, dusted. So
it makes a lot of sense here, and yeah, like I said, we'll probably see the Weaver into the position 4 when we originally saw the Weaver into this draft. Yeah, it's definitely a very, very good pickup, and it does look like Mr. Hurley is going for that Radiance on his bed. He's gonna
no, but that's a mistake. That's a mistake because Mr. Abaddon is also picking up a Radiance. No, please don't tell me this is happening.
Oh wow!
Is Hurley actually getting Radiance?
I think Hurley's gonna have to go for the Abyssal Blade then. You can't have 2 Radiances there.
No, you can't. But is Hurley really going for Radiance?
No, he's not. He's not.
Okay.
He's not.
Okay, Mr. O'Malley's got the Radiance.
I was probably looking. You know what I was doing? I was probably looking at Abaddon's icon.
And you're looking at Hurley.
Okay.
So, okay.
My brain got confuzzled.
It is a Sunday. You are forgiven. My Sunday started really early at around about 4 o'clock this morning when I realized that 4 of my dogs got out of the gate.
Oh no.
So yeah. But big engagement top. O'Malley going to be able to throw out that borrowed time. TP's coming in. And O'Malley surviving because of the BB.
That's actually quite huge.
I mean, it's down now.
They could actually potentially push this tower if only the Warlock was there. The Warlock and not the Warlock, the rest of the team. Tinker can always TP in as soon as he wants.
Rage Boss. They can actually commit the rock here for the Weaver. Filthy Frank is biting the dust. Even with their Ags, time lapse doesn't help if you've been chain stunned. And now, tier 2 top lane, under a little bit of pressure. O'Malley, he's going to come to the forefront here. Doesn't have borrowed time available just yet. 12 seconds to go.
Like I said, like that forcing out the borrowed time, making him TP back, and then getting the pick off on the Weaver there.
3 seconds until borrowed time's available. Keep going. Oh no, it's available. Oh, Aghanim's pulling
honestly,
back.
that was huge. That just opened up the tier 2 there for them. They're gonna try and get the hell out of Josh. ACG is on the
You see,
hunt.
you
They're
see a
looking for
Jugger
somebody.
chasing you. You see a Jugger chasing you that hasn't shown himself in
Oh,
fights
what
at all.
is taking? 2 right clicks from the golem. He's almost at half HP. ACG, get out of there, dude.
Oh wow. The Rock. Don't stop the Rock. You can't stop the Rock. It feels like you should actually turn that into a song. No, Melly going to farm up the Ancients. Yeah, it's a little bit of a predicament at the moment, I feel, for the side of APG. They do pick up a kill. Aghanims, where were
The
you?
Rage Boss and the Aghanim are doing some work.
I mean, that was...
They got quite a huge kill there onto ACG. That's
But I
big.
mean, why is he even there? Why was ACG
I
there?
feel like maybe he thinks it was safe, like they backed off, like the fight's over, and just being, I don't know, maybe a bit confident that they weren't there. He hasn't got any vision on that side of the map, so he couldn't really foresee them being there. So him hanging around is, you know. But on the same side, the Doppler might go down here in the jungle. His poor
Bugs.
Warlock's trying to farm the camp. He's gonna
Stampede.
get Shadow. Ooh, no, I don't think they're gonna catch him.
Guilty
Stampede and Shadow Word use, so he's gonna be just fine. Unfortunately, they don't have a stun, so they can't lock him down. So it's pretty easy.
I've
But
seen,
anyway,
I've
even
seen,
if
yeah.
Sorry, even if they did lock him down, Stampede is available, so the Stampede kind of just cancels it anyway, which is pretty cool. They would have been able to save his life as well.
The Rockets are doing
fair.
so much work. Hurley took a chunk of damage just from Rockets, from just being just a little bit too close to Smacker. Taking a lot of damage. Actually had to just TP back to the shrine to actually just get back into lane to farm. I mean, his farm's not looking the greatest. Excuse me. He's sitting at around about 10k gold. The closest to follow, I mean, there's the cause from the side of Pulse, sitting at almost 2.5k gold above Hurley. Not having the greatest time in terms of farm, but maybe he can still come back online. I mean, we do know LDs definitely get stronger when it gets to the late game. I mean, you can have a 12-slotted LD if the game does get to that point.
Yeah, you can definitely get the 12-slotted bear, but at that point it's going to be very dangerous because then Warlock will have that inevitable Aghanims refresher because he does have that Hand of Midas available. But Rage Boss in a spot of trouble here, gonna use Stampede to try get out. They haven't got a stun there right now, and obviously the Entangle, the bear is just not fast enough right now to catch up with Stampede. But eventually, eventually that bear is gonna be fast enough to keep up. But like as I'm getting to my point that I was trying to make before, when it gets to that extreme late game, it's going to be hard because then the Warlock's going to have that Aghanims refresher. You're going to have Tinker that's going to probably be 12 slotted as well, and just TPing in, getting a bunch of items, TPing out, getting the next bunch of items, TPing in. He's going to have that Sheep Stick, probably the Dagon. It's going to be exceptionally hard. The Centaur is going to be really tanky. It's just the lifesteal is going to be amazing as well. It's going to be hard for APG if it does get to the late game, just because they can get so many items to counter the heroes. But on the same side of the coin, I mean, a farmed Abba, Jug, Weaver, and a farmed Druid, that's very, very hard. That's literally 4 cores. And then obviously the Lion does really well late game as well. If he gets his Aghanim sets up, it's an AoE ulti. They don't really have much lockdown for the AoE Lion ulti, but what benefit with that is that it's on cooldown every 20 seconds. So you have a Finger of Death every 20 seconds in a team fight. That is massive. It's absolutely ridiculous. So, I mean, on both sides here, they've got very good late game. It's just, yeah, I feel like APG's window is not starting to close, but they were very strong about 10 minutes ago. Very strong. And they could have easily taken down the entirety of their map control, maybe even potentially taken down a tier 3 in the shrines, if they just were to force the issue and keep rotating like they did with Filthy Frank. They get those solo pickoffs, doing that type of thing. But I must say, Pulse has done a good job in kind of 5-manning, getting the initiations on with Aghanim and Rage Boss. They've been doing exceptionally well and getting those key pickoffs. So, I mean, they are starting to take more objectives here, and we actually are sitting pretty even. I mean, there's only 1 tier 2 left and 1 tier 2 left. So, objectively, the teams are pretty much even at the moment. I'm actually interested to see how the drafts are going to look. I mean, the
graphs.
Yeah,
well, I just had a peek, and it's almost nothing in it. I mean, let's take a look at it again. The net worth going here, it's in favor of APG, but by 1,000 gold, that is completely negligible. considering we're 31 minutes into the game. Looking at the XP difference, we are also at 500 XP. That's one creep wave pretty much. That's sitting in it. So you know what, this game 30 minutes in, pretty tie and evened up, although you know you've got those big items that are really making the difference, one of them being this blink onto Rage Boss with the Aghanim. I mean, that is absolutely devastating. When I say Aghanim, I'm talking about the lifestealer Aghanim. He's sitting inside Mr. Rage Boss himself. So they're looking for a bit of a pick-off. Can someone here from the side of APG show themselves?
Maybe. If someone TP's in, maybe. But what I do like most of all onto Rage Boss here is that early Crimson Guard. It's really good against a right-clicking strategy like the Weaver, the Drow, that type of thing. You get an early Crimson Guard and your right-clicking advantage is kind of null and void early.
Yeah.
So it's a
where's the Drow though? I heard you say Drow.
No, I'm saying like a Drow, like a Weaver, the heavy right click, you know, they've got heavy right click coming out from the Bear, the Juggernaut, the Weaver, that type of thing. So an early Crimson Guard is a very good thing against that. Plus now he's almost got heart. So not only is Rage Boss, you know, a huge initiating hero, he's got that full level return damage with a heart. It's you know, he's gonna be able to survive quite a bit, and it does look like they're gonna go force the issue. Maybe try take the first tier 3 here.
Well, I mean, APG should have done something. I mean, APG was sitting in bot here.
There's only one TP. Wait. Yeah. Okay, they're going to try to get away. O'Malley does TP in and tries to force the issue, but oh no. Fady, are you going to get spotted out here? Nope. Okay. So it does look like ACG. Okay, they wanted to go rush, but Fady left an illusion there. So now obviously Decisive Pulse are very much aware that they were tending to go rush. But yeah, very good. They've kind of like wasted a smoke gank there just because of Rage Boss and Aghanim, you know, trying to take the tier 3, and they got quite a bit damage done there. Tier 3 is only sitting at 581 HP, so I think one more sneaky rotation like that, and they should definitely get the tier 3.
Yeah, I mean, I think
they're gonna have to watch out here. I mean, it's weird to see a Centaur and a Lifestealer Rat. You don't really see that often. You only see that with the Anti-Mage, the Tinker, you know, the Weaver, that type of thing. You don't really see a Lifestealer.
No, but look at the sneaky pit maneuvers here, Rage Boss.
Yeah, I see.
Aghanim and Rage Boss.
I don't think APG know about this.
No, but we do have Doppler hanging around as the Centurion for the side of Pulse. Should they actually dive into the pit, we're going to have the Rock ready to rock. If they decide to jump in, it's going to be a little bit of an anticlimax if we don't actually see a fight here. But here comes out the Bugs. They're going to know it's been happening. They see how low Rosh is. They're going to try and make a play. 50 Frank coming in there. Does he steal it? He steals it. Yes, he goes down. Oh my gosh, 50 Frank, you dirty dog. There comes the Rock. And ACG popping out the Omni Slash. They're trying to spin it to win it. People going to be used out. Low HP here for the side of Pulse. Going to be trying right clicked out. Forced off up. Buffetti going to keep himself alive. Bob Buell's staying alive. No, he doesn't. Rocket's coming out from Smacker. So 2 down here for the side of APG. And losing Aghanim as well as Doppler. Buyback coming out onto Smacker.
There's 2 buybacks.
Was that 2 back? Well,
is it worth? You get your Aegis stolen, number 1. Then you have to buy back on the Tinker and Rage Boss.
Well, it's not over. It's not over. Rage Boss finding out early. Is it going to be enough? Oh. Yep. And they're going to be able to get to Shrine.
To save his life with a clutch apothic shield. Yeah.
Wow. Look at it. Look at the gold change. It's like hardly in it. Like 500 gold. But big buyback coming out from Mr. Rage Boss. Losing Aghanim. Losing Doppler.
Smacker and Rage Boss had to buy back in that fight just to, you know, try and force the issue. Yes, they did lose 3, but they were able to snatch the Aegis, number 1. So it does, you know, it's just...
Blink on a Weaver. I mean, have you ever heard of that?
I've seen it. Especially on a support Weaver, well, position 4. It's a very good item to have. And just gives you more mobility and escape. But now Hurley, just absolutely melting.
Wow.
Now, Smacker teeping in there, Rage Boss just to get off that hoof stomp and the double edge. That's really unfortunate. Hurley a bit far forward without much vision. Yeah, it's always risky to do that, since, you know, you have got a teeping in Tinker. Rage Boss is going to get out of this just fine. O'Malley has no disable or lockdown as of yet. He really needs an Abyssal Blade. Like, O'Malley needs that Basher Abyssal Blade. Like, he can't stop TPs. He can't really make solo kills without it. They can just kite this Abaddon around. Especially if you're going to try and go onto something as tanky as a Centaur, and then he's just going to be like, he's going, okay, that's cool. I'll just TP out. He needs some sort of lockdown on him.
Yep.
Possibly after his tiki boots.
I still can't believe the snatch on the Aegis by Filthy Frank. I'm like still blown away that the timing. You guys are going to see now. The stream is a little bit behind, but I'm just re-watching it on my second screen. That was ridiculous from Filthy Frank, snatching it up, and then just the way the team fight actually just turned. I mean, that was some spectacular play. Wow.
Yeah, definitely some spectacular play. But yeah, like they've got, like we have mentioned before, they have the root on the bear for the lifestealer, right? Do you think it's worth maybe getting, like, okay, you've got the blink and mana boots and ether lens onto that lion right now, so he's pretty farmed for position 5 supports. I mean, you rarely see lions doing that, and he's only got 48 CS. So do you think maybe it's worth getting something like a Rod of Atos, or maybe not a sheep stick because it's a bit much, but a Rod of Atos on the lion? But then you can lock down the lifestealer, you can lock down the tinker.
I would actually like.
You can lock down someone that's trying to stampede out, because root. As soon as they stampede, you put the Rod of Atos on them. Like, they just can't get out. They can't blink. They can't BKB. They can't do anything while they're rooted. I think maybe it's the next pickup here for the lion. Hopefully,
I would
maybe
probably want to see a force.
Rather. I don't know, but
I'd like to get a 4-staff on a line, especially having a lifestealer in the team, just to be able to actually use the 4-staff to actually save his cause. You've got Aghanim on the lifestealer chasing you down with open wounds. You can use the 4-staff to actually kite around the lifestealer, and then Aghanim's can't really get his teeth clutched into you. But holding the thought, ACG popping out the Omni Stage onto Rage Boss. Such a tanky little bugger, not going to work out, but Sheep's going to be good here. Filthy Frank does go down eventually, and now Mr. Smacker hitting the deck, takes a finger to the face, but I saw the finger coming up, but the kill didn't actually go in favor.
The kill went to ACG, so
oh, wow.
Bob Yule, sorry dude, you can't
He must be.
today.
I'm trying to figure out, like, okay, I saw a finger, but Mr. ACG still got the kill. Like, what did I just watch?
I think like ACG, the last right click of his was a crit. So, and I mean Smacker was on almost no HP anyway. So I think Smacker did get the last hit on that as Finger was going down as well. I don't think Finger actually did any damage there. It happens quite often actually, but I mean, I don't think Finger was necessary at that point, but it is got quite a high cooldown at the moment, sitting on 100-second cooldown, so they could have maybe potentially used it for a different pickoff. But now Hurley in a lot of trouble here. His team is right here to back him up. Rage Boss is hexed up, is going to be able to get out of it. Yeah, you see, like, I feel like if they maybe had Finger up for that, they could have done something. Just maybe the Finger use was a bit too much. Like, I guess they hate Smacker that much, they just want to get rid of him.
No, well, I mean, with the Tinker down, you don't have that high ground defense. You don't have to fight into March of the Machines. I mean, we haven't really spoken about how much the Tinker really actually contributes to team fights. I mean, you've got that single target nuke damage coming out from the Tinker. Then you've got the team fight potential with March of the Machines, which no team ever wants to fight under, let alone push high ground with. So trying to pick him off, the opportunity to go high ground was there. Now he's back alive. The side of APG gonna have to back off, reconstitute of what they're trying to do here, and then go at it again. It's gonna make it very difficult here for the side of APG to actually break high ground with a Tinker.
That tier 3 tower is sitting on nothing, on 69 HP. It's literally gonna take them 1 or 2 right clicks, and I think Rage Boss, that's the plan. I think he's gonna blink in the trees as the creep wave moves a bit forward and forward. We have Tinker teeping in as well to get rid of the creep wave with March of the Machine. So potentially they could quickly take down the tier 3. There is currently no glyph available for this.
Smacker's been spotted out.
Woo, Smacker.
TP'd out,
Smacker getting out, but I must say I'm loving the early sheep stick. I did say in the start I think it's something you should go for, is that early sheep after his blink. But now he's got an Aghanim Scepter to boot, so we're gonna see some heat-sinking missiles going out, 4 targets, not just 2, 4 targets. We see some bouncing lasers. It's gonna be pretty legit. I love this build on Tinker, I really do. And now he's got an Ether Lens as well. So we got Ether Lens, Aghanim Scepter, sheep stick. It's a pretty scary Tinker. Very scary indeed. And he could go for that Bloodstone if he really, really wants to. I think it's a little bit late for it now that it's 40 minutes in. But he does need something to deal with deal with that extensive mana usage. He's only got just under 2,000 mana, which isn't enough on a Tinker right now. He needs some more stat items.
Well, do you think it's viable to maybe pick up a Shivas as well? Or do you...
Shivas could do fairly well, especially against the Weaver. But they do have that Crimson Guard available on that Centaur Warner as well. But yeah, Shivas is definitely an option. But I think he's going for the mass damage nuke output. So I suspect we'll see E-Blade Dagon on him. I do suspect it. I mean, it's now what he can do. You can just go E-Blade Dagon, or even a Bloodthorn would be good. Like Bloodthorn or E-Blade or Dagon. I think one of those two.
I mean, if he can Bloodthorn out ACG before he actually gets his whirls off, then it could be a little bit of a problem for him. He does actually have Manta, so he could always Manta. Yeah. He could Manta out of it, but I mean, if they catch him off in the right position, I mean, sheep into Bloodthorn. Sheep into Bloodthorn.
Yeah. It's definitely an option, yeah. So, but I mean, if Tinker wants to output as much damage as possible, Aghanim Scepter is definitely the way to go. You know, it's definitely the way to go. Also, I mean, E-Blade Dagon is just so strong. It can just pick off anyone he wants to on the team here. Anyone he wants to. So for me, it's going to be pretty legit, the E-Blade Dagon build. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see what he goes for. He could also go for that refresher if he really, really wants to. Maybe even a Lincoln's, since they have got the targeted spells here with the Lion. But the problem with the Lincoln's in this game is that you have a Lion. You have a Lion who could cancel your Lincoln Sphere so easily. And I mean, his range is absolutely ridiculous right now with the Ether Lens. You can get him to mana drain the Lincoln's carrier, hex the Lincoln's carrier. He's got so many targeted spells to deal with the Lincoln's. But, you know, it is going to be a problem once he starts, you know, refreshing in team fights and the Lincoln's is perma up. You know, that's going to be a problem. But well, it's going to be interesting to see what he goes for.
Well, I mean, even looking at just Filthy Frank's items, he's going to be building himself a Lotus Orb, which I feel is going to be such a big pickup here for the side of APG. As soon as you get gone onto, you've got the Lotus Orb to dispel anything or to return that little beautiful spell that may actually come out. I mean, if you drop a Lotus Orb onto any of the abilities that Tinker's about to pop off, I mean, he's going to get a rocket to the face, maybe even sheep back, which would even be better if Mr. Smacker throws down the sheep. Filthy Frank throws down the Lotus Orb just before that. You're going to have a sheeped out Tinker, which is going to be an absolute disaster for him as well if he gets caught out as well on top of that.
Yeah, it will be an absolute disaster.
Yeah. Well, top lane here, well, bot lane rather. We've got Ragebots tipping out. Actually went out to the top room. They're going to try and see if they can find out a melee. Now, Rage Boss going to actually TP away. Rage Boss, what is he actually planning on doing? Here comes the TP onto him. Here comes the stun. Now they're going to try and work on him. Still got borrowed time available. Going to be sheeped out. Can they find him? There's the Stampede. They're going to be able to trap him in the trees. Still going on him a little bit early. And he managed to regen life to full HP, but not going to be good enough. Smacker picking up the kill there as well. Caused out a 5-man rotation here for the side of Pulse. I mean, when they want to get the job done, they flip and call in the entire infantry.
This is looking pretty scary here for... I mean, I'm still annoyed at this tier 3 here. This tier 3 needs to go down.
And it looks like that may actually happen.
HP. Literally 2 right clicks. That's all you need. Come on. Just do it. Do it and take the shrines. You've got the tier 2, all the tier 2s down. You need one more tower. It's sitting at 69 HP. It's begging to get taken down. Just go blink in the trees, get there, backdoor, go for it. But it does look like Rush is the call. But there is a scan, so they do know it's happening. There are immediate TPs into the shrine here. Can they do something?
Oh, well, Filthy Frank.
Doppler. Gonna maybe get caught out by ACG here, but I don't think we TP into this, boys. I mean, there's multiple March of the Machines here. It's a very dangerous.
No, this is protected this time around. They're not going to let Filthy Frank do what he did the previous Rush. So,
I think if Filthy Frank had to scooch in today, he would instantly die. That's like 5 or 6 layers of March. You don't go into that.
No, you don't. And I think this time around, their preparation was a little bit better. Having Smacker there just to cover the March of the Machines, or covering with March of Machines, it did help a lot better, and kind of actually just persuaded the side of APG to say, listen, we can't take that this time around. They're going to be prepared for us. Let's just back off, defend the top lane, and Maybe it was good enough to actually hold that off. Although now, O'Malley picking up the Aghanim Scepter here on Abaddon. I mean, we haven't spoken about this item just yet. I mean, this item here on ABBA. Wow. How do you feel about it?
Aghanim Scepter.
Yeah.
I love it. I absolutely love it. It's really good because the percentage of the damage taken, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't just affect Abba, it affects his team. So it's essentially like a Centaur War analogy almost. With the Aghanims, it's just so good. It can soak up so much damage, and especially with fatal bonds, golems, Tinker now with the huge nukes. It's absolutely amazing. Like it's something they really do need. But also what I do like on him is the fact that he finally got a basher. He finally got a basher going for that Abyssal Blade. So he's going to be able to lock down his heroes on his own and get pickoffs because he can't. He's got no lockdown, so to speak. So yeah, definitely the right pickup for him. But the Aghanim Scepter is really going to help them out. They really need a pipe here.
Oh, Stampede trying to find O'Malley.
Not going to find anyone. But I do think they really need a pipe. I mean, versus the Warlock, versus that Tinker. I mean, ouch. Like, the nuke. I mean, yes, the damage type from laser is pure, but those rockets still do a lot of damage. It's magical. It's a lot of magical damage. And so is Martial Machines. It's also magical. So, I mean, I do miss the time where, Martial Machines was physical and you could farm Ancients and you do all those beautiful things with it. You can't do that. Well, you can now because, now thanks to, Dota 3 update.
Hold that thought, Hurley.
Yeah, Hurley, there's no existing anymore. He just absolutely melted.
And the thing is, he actually has BKB, which is the next item that I actually wanted to talk about.
He didn't have time.
But I mean, is it the right choice? I mean, okay, we've got Martial Machines is magical. We've got stuns.
He needs BKB. They've got stuns. They've got Tinker with sheep, rearm sheep. They've got heat-seeking missiles. It's just he needs a BKB because otherwise he's just not going to survive. They've got a lot of lockdown on the side of Pulse, so a BKB is definitely needed here. Definitely needed. It looks like Ragebush is going to go tank the tower.
And the tower is done. Return damage. Didn't even have to right-click it.
Yeah, you didn't have to right-click it. Return damage will take care of that. Like I said, they should have just done that ages ago. Just walk up, take the tower.
Well, I mean, now we've got Hurley actually going to be respawning. Actually did take the minus respawn time counter on the Lone Druid. So he's back and ready to actually fight. But here comes the cover of the March of the Machines. Bring in the infantry, call in for ground support, and the Tinker is there. It may look like they actually may back off. They still do have the Aegis available on Aghanim. So, I mean, if there's a time to go, well, it looks like they're going to settle for the shrines at the moment. Not a bad call. I mean, extra 150 gold in their pockets. They may look at just clearing up the bottom shrine as well, while Mr. Smack is keeping the lanes pushed in. What I do like here from the side of APG, what they've done is they've put this Tinker Ward here, just to make sure they can actually follow out the progress and movements of Smacker. It really does well, but I mean they're not able to actually make any plays off the back of this. This was probably still up when they were trying to actually make the play here in the bot lane, and forced APG back into the lane when they were pushing up the top lane.
Yeah, well, there's your Bloodstone. I'm actually pretty surprised. Like, I know, like, Bloodstone he's gonna need for mana. It does give him a hell of a lot more now. It gives him an extra 600 almost to play with. I mean, he was sitting at just under 2,000. Now he's sitting at, yeah, he definitely needed some type of item to give him the regen. But like I said, 49 minutes in, it's a bit late for a Bloodstone. You normally go for the Aghanim Scepter Bloodstone.
I would have actually liked
the sheep stick. And then, but the sheep stick has been doing a lot of work for them around this map, and it has given them quite a bit. That's actually surprising. How was he able to TP? Oh no, O'Malley forgot to turn on his radiance.
Oh,
He's turned it on now, but that would have cancelled the blink.
Well, he does TP top. They get pinged out. He's going to blink away. And moving back, but what I do want to ask you is, I mean, considering that there's a Jugger on the field, and I mean, what really does well against the Jugger, if you get gone onto with his Omni Slash, if you go Scepter, or rather what I'm getting to is the shotgun build on the Tinker. I mean,
yeah.
You're not going to be able to get, Omni Slashed up because you're taking no physical damage. Maybe that was the better move, but just holding that thought really quickly, a Rage Boss, he's going to be rooted up here by the pick, getting a couple of right clicks done, but they're going to drop the rock ready to party. The bear can't get out of this upheaval. A bit of a problem, but
Get out.
Fatal
There we go, get
Bonds
force-stuffed.
doing a little bit of work here. Not going to be enough to actually bring them down. So the rock has been used. They're going to maybe try and see if they can get anything further here in the mid lane. There comes the Hellfire from the Tinker. Rage Boss going to jump in here, taking quite a... Well, he's going to take tower aggro at the moment, just to try and see if he can...
The tower's going down, he's not even right-clicking it, it's fine. He's just tanking it for days.
Well, they're going to find out Mr. O'Malley. Now, ACG popping in, immediately gets sheeped out. He's not going to be able to do anything here. The bear able to actually recharge up. Not enough. He does go down 300 gold to Mr. Aghanim's face. And now, Rage Boss again tanking the tower, making sure those creeps, very low HP, can actually just push in, get those right clicks off. And it looks like they're going to be able to push down this tier 3 pretty easy. Upheaval going to be able to keep the vicinity of APG at bay. And now Pulse on the high ground, taking Rex. And easy peasy. Range Rex down. But now ACG jumping in, getting off the Abyssal Blade. He gets Abyssal back. O'Malley trying to keep him alive. There comes the swap out from Fatty. Aghanim staying alive now. O'Malley trying to work down Aghanim. Stampede going to be used. Filthy Frank trying to look for more. Massive laser coming at you from Smacker, but going to be able to keep himself alive. Fatty eventually does go down. Aghanim working on Mr. ACG. Going about the dust. He does. And now Mr. O'Malley, can he stay? He does go down eventually. Beautiful chain sheeps coming out there from Mr. Smacker. And now middle lane of Rex is under pressure. 2 backs already, O'Malley and ACG. This is a good opportunity, maybe just to back out. They got what they wanted, but I mean, ulti's pretty much almost online for the side of Pulse. But big Omni Slash coming here, big Infest. Oh my gosh, being able to dodge that out. And Rage Boss.
Yeah, I think ACG prematurely used that. Okay, well, goodbye, Tinker. No, but I think ACG prematurely used the Abyssal Blade there. He was using it during his ulti. There was still like 3 or 4, you know, 3 or 4 bounces to go onto his ulti. I think if he used the Abyssal Blade just a little bit later, and then, you know, poor old Aghanim wouldn't be able to infest into Rage Boss. But now he's infested into Rage Boss. He is inverse, picked up an inverse rune. Filthy Frank, oh no, sitting on half HP. If he's greedy and decides to do something.
Well, they do know he's there.
They do know he's there. Oh no, but a Hurley's going to get caught out here. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh,
yeah.
Hurley. Oh, good night, sweetheart.
Oh, jeez.
Sing us the song of your people, but it looks like... Oh, no, okay. Aghanim was just getting a little bit frisky there, decides to actually pull back.
I wonder why Filthy Frank maybe didn't time-lapse him.
Oh, AC.
Filthy Frank was right there. Could have maybe time-lapsed Hurley there. Maybe not worth it, I guess.
Well, I mean, maybe it just happens really quickly. I mean, it was literally like a second and a half for them to bring him down.
Well,
it was super quick.
I do guess he has skilled the minus 40-second respawn time on Lone Druid, so he does respawn pretty fast. I think he's back. He was back in like 40 seconds or less. He's already almost alive again, so it is a pretty strong level 20 skill, especially for a carry. I mean, I see this talent tree a lot on supports, where you get the option minus 50, minus 20, minus 30 respawn time, that type of thing. So on a carry, it's a very, very, very strong thing. But guys, Rapier,
on who?
Just been bought.
Oh my gosh!
The bear. Mr. Hurley, he's bought that Rapier.
Oh wow! Okay, how do you feel about this? This is either the game-breaking or winning play.
It's not good, because Hurley has been out of position so much this game, and he's gotten caught out quite a bit. So I think it's an easy steal for for Aghanim or whoever decides to pick it up. It's going to be very risky play here, and it is Rush. Smacker is going to be marching on those machines into Rush again, and it's going to be done fairly short. There's Cheese and Aegis this time. So Aegis onto Aghanim, Cheese onto Fady. It makes sense. Poor damn Fady's on... Oh, I think he was not tanky, but damn, Fady's got almost 3,000 HP on this Venger.
Rage Boss
now catching out O'Malley.
Stampede being used out. Omni Slash going ham. There comes Omni Slash splitting him up beautifully. But he's going to find out Doppler. The rock hasn't been dropped just yet. Going to Glimmer Cape up. And Smacker bringing down ACG. Aghanim looking for more. Rooted up. Will be Fatty. But all of a sudden regens a couple of HP. Thinking they're going to bring him down. And Smacker picking up the kill there once again. Onto Mr. Bob Bules. And now 2 down here for the side of APG. Aegis still on hand. Cheese I think the cheese was actually picked up by Fatty. That's what actually brought him back to life again.
This could be game here. There is no buyback on the Juggernaut. It's on a 3.5 minute cooldown. This is going to be easy mid racks and potentially finish up the other racks.
They got to surrender. They got to actually surrender this. They can't actually fight this.
This for me is probably game.
Oh,
what are
wow.
you going to do?
O'Malley jumping in, gets sheeped up. Gonna be time lapse back. Gonna be back on full HP with borrowed time. Fear gonna come out. Gonna push back. The Centaur Rage Bot's not being able to get close enough, but now right clicks down. O'Malley's down.
Back on him either.
He is down, throwing their lives away.
Yeah,
GG has been called out, even with the Divine on the field, not being able to do anything after that. That is super unfortunate. But
That's
Pulse.
Jug getting caught out with no buyback. O'Malley trying his best to like prolong them taking racks. Unfortunately, borrowed time. It was activated as he got time lapsed. So I mean, maybe a bit of a waste of time lapse there. But it's really unfortunate. I mean, now you've got Jug without buyback. You've got O'Malley without buyback. I mean, there's just nothing you can do. It's like, for me, it was game already when the Jug didn't have buyback. But O'Malley going down as well just secures it. Yeah, Pulse Gaming really, really playing well here. And the APG were very strong, very, very strong in the beginning. They just didn't capitalize on it. And they allowed Pulse Gaming to get the items that they needed to get. I mean, I said before, if it gets to the late game and Smacker has these items, Rage Boss has these items, you got the Aghanim getting very, very big as well. And obviously Doppler will go for inevitable, the inevitable Ags refresh on Warlock, which is almost unbeatable here. It's just, yeah, they just gave Pulse Gaming way too much space. I mean, 56 minutes in, the game shouldn't even lasted that long with a bear, with an Abba, you know, with the Weaver, the Lion, the Jug. That game should have ended for APG 30 minutes ago. They could have ended the game if they just did it. But unfortunately, the line of Pulse Gaming, they've got so many ways to deal with the heroes on APG that they just got their items up. They did what they needed to do. Very, very well played.
Yeah, I mean, it felt at one point, I mean, it was, I mean, just looking at the XP and net worth, I mean, things were in favor of APG at around about the 28-minute mark. After that 28-minute mark, okay, so we look at the 28-minute mark here, let's jump to player items, and let's see what big team items were picked up. And the Aghanims
Hurley had 0 farm. Like, he, at 49 minutes, he had what he should have had at 29 minutes. It was just ridiculous. I mean, he got no kills to his name, 3 deaths and only 9 assists. He wasn't, I mean, sorry. He got 3 kills to his name, 6 deaths and 8 assists. He's only sitting at 22k net worth. You know, where the Centaur Warrunner, who's not supposed to even be like, you know, the carry, is sitting at 25k net worth. With okay, Smacker's got the highest, got 29, but still, like, I think Hurley just didn't get enough space, didn't get enough farm. Just, he wasn't doing that well. It was really unfortunate here for them. But it does seem like the second lobby is up, Mr. Jabba, so let's go do that.
I will be there shortly. Guys, do join us for game number 2. Don't go anywhere, and we will see you guys very, very shortly. Go for a wee, just a number 1, nothing too serious, and we'll see you guys now.
How do you achieve your greatness?
There's no margin for error.
No room for mistakes.
You need total control.
Your success is determined by your grit.
It takes thousands of hours perfecting your moves.
And only the strong survive.
You think you've paid your dues?
You think you're ready to enter the arena?
Think again.
This is the Telkom Digital Gaming League,
This is where legends fight till the last second.
where the action explodes straight through your system.
I'm crawling around, Searching for higher ground. Can't see in front of me. My enemies have tried every possibility. Ability to know if I can bleed. If that's what you wanted, you won't get it tonight. 'Cause I can fly. I can fly. I can fly. I can fly. I'm crawling around, searching for higher ground. Can't see in front of me. My enemies have tried every possibility. Ability to know if I can bleed. If that's what you wanted, you won't get it tonight. 'Cause I can fly. I can fly. I can fly. I can fly.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and Dota players around the world. We're back at it. Game number 2 of this Masters Series, Pulse Gaming versus Aperture Gaming, round 5. Pulse taking game 1 pretty well. Went into a little bit of a long game. Aperture Gaming had a little bit of a lead in the beginning parts of the game, but then before you know it, you're getting those big core items up, and Pulse taking game number 1 out of the hands of APG. So, game number 2, you're here with Joa and Succubus. I mean, how do you feel the game wins, and what can we expect for game 2 coming out here?
Game 1, I mean, APG just completely threw. I mean, they didn't get enough items on Hurley. Hurley got caught out of position quite a bit there. Yeah, ACG did all he could, but in the end, it just wasn't good enough for them. I mean, Mali got pretty damn farmed on that Aber. Filthy Frank made some absolutely beautiful rotations. Early game is really, yeah, and the Aegis Snatch, which was also really good play. Bob Yules, of course, did a fantastic job on his Lion, but I feel like Bob Yules had more items than Hurley did. It's just like that should never happen. But like I said, they were very, very strong early game. Extremely strong at the 25-minute mark. They had all the map advantage. They had more items. They had better levels. They had everything going for them, and then they just kind of stepped back and let Smacker get those massive items on the tanker. They let local Rage Boss and Aghanim rotated so well there. Like they were doing exceptional work, getting the pick-offs they needed, and every time they got a pick-off, they have huge TP rotations come in, and they just lose more heroes, and to the point where with these 2 heroes down, we can't do anything. So they kind of have to back off and go, okay, well, let Pulse take another tower, let them do that, let them do this, and of course, when Smacker has a march 5 or 6 marches down at Rush, you can't really contest it, especially with the Warlock ulti being up as well. So it's just they just gave too much space to Pulse Gaming, and they kind of threw. Yeah. In my opinion, it's just a bit unfortunate, but maybe they can bring it back in this game. They now pick up the Lifestealer circle combo, but Slaughter has been picked up, and we know the win rate on Slaughter. That hero has done some heavy work, heavy work, and it's coupled up with a Vengeful Spirit. Now you've got Wave of Terror with Corrosive Haze, you know, like Vengeance Aura when she dies. It's just absolutely ridiculous. That combo is amazing. But we normally see the Lifestealer Slardar combo come out together. It's got 100% win rate, but Slardar itself also used to have 100% win rate. Actually, let's go look at the stats right now onto Slardar at the moment. Okay, so its win rate has gone down. It's been picked about 15 times in the Master Series, been banned 29 times. Its win rate used to be around 80 to 90%. It's now sitting at 66%, and the pick ban rate of Slardar is sitting at a staggering 91%. So it's a very viable hero in the current meta, and it's been doing fantastic work in the right hands in the Master Series.
It honestly feels picking up the Slardar is, I don't know if you recall when we were watching Avengers, or when Avengers came out, and Tony Stark on the Iron Man just says, don't worry, we do have an army, his name is Hulk. In this case, I feel it's the Slardar. Don't worry, we've got the Slardar, and it's going to get some work done. So,
but,
I mean,
unfortunately, there's no axe.
Well, I know you love your axe, but you know what? This opens this draft up here for Pulse. I feel there's going to be a sneaky Shadow Fiend pickup here as well. You know, like all these auras, all this negative armor auras that are going around. It's going to open up quite a bit of options here for the side of Pulse.
We do still have the SD Luna combo available, and Luna Blessing coupled with Vengeance Aura. That is massive. We could also maybe see the Drow strat. We've seen it happen. We've seen it in 2 games in this Master Series, the Drow strat with Avenge. And I think it was actually APG when Adaston was still there. They did the Drow strats, if I remember correctly, and they completely wrecked with it. So I mean, it isn't picked up that much anymore, but it did still work. It's still very viable. But what they do have is the SD Luna combo with Avenge. They could potentially do that, which is completely and utterly devastating. But yeah, looking at the bans here, you've got the Ember Spirit ban, which, you know, no one wants to play against that hero right now in this meta. It's the Veil of Discord into Searing Chains, the Root. It's really good against Lifestealer as well, which is surprising. But I mean, they don't want to play against it, obviously, with the carry. With the mid, they're going to probably pick, if they do pick up an SF, Ember Spirit kind of wrecks at mid. So definitely, I think your predictions might be right here with the SF mid, especially if you're going to ban out something like the Ember Spirit, the Invoker, the Outworld Devourer. You know, you don't really want to lane against those things as an SF at all. I mean, and especially against strength here, as OD just, you know, completely wrecks it. I mean, Slardar's going to be rendered almost useless against the farmed OD. So, but it also could have been a good pickup mid for them, since they have the Lifestealer and Centaur Warrunner. OD is very good against those heroes as well. But yeah, I mean, it makes sense for them to bat it out as well. Also, kind of, you know, stopping APG from picking up. But hey, I've got my Shadow Demon. Are we going to see the Luna?
Well, it couples up with a lot of great heroes as well. I mean, just looking at the side of APG as well, they've picked themselves up. The Rubik also does some good work lining up the telekinesis into Hoof Stomp. I mean, so far both teams are looking really good. And this time around, I was about to say it in the game, in the previous game, is they need to give Filthy Frank his page. This time around, they do. So I'm really keen. I mean, we've seen what this roaming pair can really do. The Rubik page, absolutely ridiculous. And there you go, the Luna Shadow Demon combination. I mean, I can't believe that this synergy pair actually still exists and is super strong, but it is. It exists. Yeah, I mean, this is absolutely devastating here for the side of APG. If they allow Pulse to actually get the SF as well,
it wrecks.
Yeah, I'm super scared here for the side of APG.
Corrosive Haze, Wave of Terror, Stuns, Shadow Demon Disruption, you know, into Luna, like 4 Luna Illusions with Manta and Shadow Demon. You know, it's just with all these auras, the Luna Blessing, the Vengeance Aura, it's just, it's so beautiful. This combo completely devastates lineups, and it's amazing. I mean, it's not only that, like, they have huge nuke, huge lockdown disable. I mean, they've got escape, they've got the nether swap to get people out of trouble, they've got disruption to stop initiations as well. Then you've got Luescent Beam, which is heavy nuke. That's 300 damage. If you get the plus 40 Luescent Beam damage, you're doing even more. Then, of course, Eclipse is in a massive ulti, huge in team fights. You've got the Slardar Blink Dagger with the Slither and Crush. Obviously, then you've got the Venge the Missile. It's just so much damage coming at you and a huge lockdown. It's everything you want in a team. You need that. You need lockdown. You need initiation. You need team fights, and you need pushing potential. And this lineup, just these 4 heroes, do it perfectly. So, I mean, I think you are right here, Jabba, but they do bat out the SF, so they're not going to get that option here. They really are not going to get that option.
What could they look to now is picking up a mid here? Do you maybe go for maybe a PL mid? We know Lifestealer does really well against Magic. He does really badly against right-clicking heroes, especially minus armor strats.
PL late game will wreck a Lifestealer in the face. But
Well,
like Lifestealer can't really get away from it. But they do decide to pick up the Juggernaut.
I felt they needed to go right-clicker.
Okay,
So
like critting with Lunar Blessing and Vengeance Aura. Okay, goodbye. Like, that Jug is going to be hitting so hard in a team fight. It's actually retarded. Oh, wow.
well, actually, so far I like Paul's lineup. I mean, they got the right click, they've got the damage, they've got the auras. I mean, what does APG now do to actually maybe stop this? Do they maybe put Pudge mid and maybe pick up an Elder Titan? Maybe, perhaps. I don't know. What could APG do here? Or they're going to go for the Storm Spirit. Okay, so
Yeah,
an
Storm Spirit's been able
opportunity.
to potentially pick off something very, very quickly if it gets enough farm. But I mean, we have seen Filthy Frank on his Pudge before, and he's brilliant, and he makes brilliant rotation. He likes to be aggressive early. That's Filthy Frank's. He's got strong rotation skills. So, and we've seen his Pudge before. He lands his hooks on average, I would say 80 to 90% of the time. Filthy Frank lands his hooks, and APG have won games like that in the past where they were completely like not losing so much, but kind of having that disadvantage. And Filthy Frank comes out with key hooks, and they were able to pick off heroes and win a team fight just because of his hooks. And we've seen Rubik's doing fantastic in this Master Series, but he's got so much options available to him. He's got stun after stun after stun to steal. He's got massive ultis to steal. I mean, it's a very fun game for a Rubik player, I must say. There's so many options. Like, you can steal something off any hero and it's not going to be bad. So, very, very good game for a Rubik here. Yeah, but I must say, Pulse's lineup is very, very scary. I think it's way better than APG's draft at the moment. Like, just purely looking at the heroes, looking at what they can do early to mid and late game. Yeah, Pulse's draft is definitely stronger here.
Alrighty, well, game 2 underway for those of you that are just joining us. Gonna be APG versus Pulse. Already one game under the belt going in favor of Pulse. This time around, we're gonna have the side of APG playing out on the Radiant side. Let's go around and do the introductions. We got Mr. Babules gonna be playing our Rubik. We have got Mr. Filthy Frank gonna be on the Pudge. Mr. Hurley, the stand-in, gonna be playing on our Mr. Lifestealer. And we've got ACG going to be playing on the Storm Spirit now. We've got Melee playing on the Centaur Warren. Going on a little bit over here, being spotted out from the side of Pulse. Going to get disrupted up. Is it going to be enough to actually catch him out? We do actually have the stun available, not even needed. Fatty picking up the kill there. But now, Filthy Frank getting the hook off onto Aghanim, and not going to be enough to actually bring him down. And
There's not much they can do there. There's not much they can do. I mean, Filthy Frank, yeah, the hook's over, but we haven't got anything skilled onto ACG just yet. It was just a cheeky little hook, but Bob Yule's contesting Smack here for the ruin, maybe not the best idea. Taking quite a bit of damage from the spin here. He might actually get caught out. Rage Boss is right here. Did not spot him out, unfortunately, but Filthy Frank is going to be there to hook him out if he does get into trouble. So, yeah, I mean, you can try piss off the Jugger just a little bit, but I mean, Smacker would be just fine. But anyway, guys, I'll do the introduction so long before there's any more action in this game. We have Smacker playing the Juggernaut mid this time. Rage Boss onto that Slytherin crushing Slardar. And that was pretty lame, I know. I'm sorry. Forgive me.
I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was pretty good.
Oh, Doppler now playing... Okay, we'll see if anything gets done. Yes, does have that stomp available, and he's going to get out of that gank. But now, Doppler playing the Shadow Demon. Fady once again onto that Vengeful Spirit, and Aghanim last but not least onto the Luna.
Well, I mean, look, we've pretty much said, well, I think we pretty much concisely said that Pulse got the better draft. But you know what? You know what I fear is never underestimate the Filthy Frank Pudge. I mean, I've seen this Oak land amazing hooks and just do so much for his team.
And I said that in the start as well. Like, Filthy Frank's been brilliant with these hooks, but I mean, is it enough? Is it enough?
Okay, well, that's if he can get those early gains, start adding kills to his flesh sheep, then I can work out. But Melee, I mean, you can already see this damage coming out.
He's so lucky. He's so lucky that he's so tanky and that he's got that poor man shield to start, because that just that blocked so much for him there. If he didn't have the poor man shield, I think he would have gone down. But it's always hard trying to take down a center war runner. He's so tanky. But yeah, getting a nice little ward there, so he'll be able to see a little bit of the rotations here. But he's not going to be able to get near here. I think he gets a few levels, maybe goes to farm the creep camps a bit, you know, just to catch up here, because I don't think he's going to be able to accomplish much in this lane. But maybe when Doppler and Fady start rotating, maybe going to try kill ACG, or maybe even rotate here into the off lane for Rage Boss, then O'Malley can have a bit of space here. But by that time, Aghanim's going to be doing a lot of right clicking, and they're going to be able to push down this tower very, very, very fast here. I mean, this safe lane tower is gonna, I mean, the off lane tower here for the Radiant's gonna go down relatively quick. I do feel. I mean, Luna with Avenge as well. It's just gonna, it's goodbye towers.
True.
It really, really is.
Absolutely straight. So, I mean, this time round, though, I feel there's a little bit more positivity here for the side of APG, specifically Hurley. He's pretty much getting free farm. He's sitting 14-7. So, I feel if this is the game for Hurley to actually make a play, this is going to be it. He's pretty much left his own devices. Rage Boss just gaining the XP that's necessary. And this time around, Bob Buell's definitely showing a very dominant babysitting stance, going to make sure that he can actually try and find it up. But mid lane, ACG going to get Blade Fury Dacha by Smacker. Filthy Frank not landing the hook, but this may actually still be a dead Smacker. Going to get rotted up by Filthy Frank. Pops the healing ward, and that is the call to actually pull out. Actually baiting out, well, not baiting out, but actually using up that heal ward. It's not going to be available should they actually decide to do something in the next few seconds or so once that healing ward is timed out. But yeah, this time round, I feel Hurley's got a much better standing this time round. He seems that in the previous game he had to go up against the try versus try. This time round, he's pretty much got a try v1, just having to deal with Rage Boss, and Rage Boss not playing very aggressive at all.
Yeah, well, they can't really. I mean, the creep wave is always pushed out into O'Malley's tower. If they dive him, it is potentially dangerous here, since they have got the tri lane there. Bob Yules can always just TP in, you know, lift someone up, and then they're in a lot of trouble. So I don't think diving here, and especially diving a center runner that's quite tanky, got the boots up available, got that poor man shield, obviously the return damage. He's got some heavy nuke as well, so it's not the smartest idea to dive that tower, I feel. But Filthy Frank being absolutely annoying, getting every ruin that Rage Boss has tried to get here. Is Doppler going to be able to do anything? I don't think so.
Even if he gets a disruption off, we've got...
Yeah, he's just out of range for that at the moment. And plus, yeah, it's always scary versus Pudge as a support with no HP. You don't really want to you know, look for trouble there.
No, you don't. I mean, the rotations that he's getting off, I see pings coming out bot here. Bob Buells maybe was going to try and plan something sneaky there. He doesn't, actually just backing off. And, I mean, we've got Smack on the Jugger going up against ACG this time around on the Storm. He's also doing really well in terms of last hits. ACG can't really get too much done. He just keeps popping up that healing ward and getting the last hits. I mean, what kind of outcome would you expect to happen mid here, Storm versus a Jugger? Who would win the lane? I mean, at the moment, I feel Jug is, but I feel Storm should be.
At the moment, actually, Storm Spirit is currently sitting on top of the CS chart, but it's going to come down to rotations. My concern here for the side of APG is they've got no real. Oh wait, hold on.
Magic missile. Fady going to keep Filthy Frank in position. He does go down. Disruption used up onto Mally. There comes the hoof stomp. Actually missing out Doppler. They may be able to make a play here. Fady is going to have a magic missile in 1 second. Is it going to be enough? One more hit, and they actually get it with the loosened beam. Aghanims, you beaut. Picking up the kill there, Mr. O'Malley. So now 0 for 3 going in favor of Pulse.
These are the two tankier heroes on the side of APG, and it just feels like, yeah, it takes a while to take them down. It just feels like they're not really accomplishing much with their draft here. My big concern for the side of APG, as I was trying to say previously, is the anti-push. Like, how are they going to stop the push of a Luna disruption? You know, like the auras involved. They've got no creep clear, really. I mean, sure, they've got Rubik Fade Bolt, but that doesn't really do much. Like, the Fade Bolt's going to be able to reduce the creep's HP on the way in, but then they've got like, if they're by that time they'll have like mantas and disruptions and all those good things. How are they going to stop the push here? But Filthy Frank landing a hook onto Fady here. Will they be able to get the kill off? The Rot is ticking him down. Yeah.
There's a
They do lose
stampede.
the Pudge in return though.
Yeah, well, I mean, so far worth for worth, but now comes the ulti out from Aghanim's. They're going to pick up the kill onto Doppler, but O'Malley also hits the deck as well. So they only lose, they lose both Venge and Doppler, and Aghanim gets a double kill. I mean, I think that was...
Gets the Pudge, he gets a position for Pudge, and then he gets the off lane. Like for 2 supports, that's definitely worth. I mean, it's definitely worth. And you get 2 kills onto Aghanim, who's already kind of spiraling out of control here. I mean, kind of being left to do whatever the hell he wants. I mean, yeah, they are trying to rotate and TP in, but I mean, just the sheer like lockdown and nuke that they have early game on the side of Pulse, it's just you can't really contest that. Unfortunately, Bob Yules did TP in, tried to save his teammates, but I mean, too little, too late, I guess. I mean, it's good. He tried everything he can. He did lift back the heroes, did get the kills done, did get the rotation right. It's just not much they can do. And I mean, Aghanim's already taking on the first stacks of the game here. Nice little triple stack, easily taken. I mean, even Wave of Terror to decrease the armor here for the base armor reduction is already at 3, which is quite significant early. I mean, just with level 1 Wave of Terror.
Well, I mean, Aghanim, he's going to be jumping into the jungle, going to accelerate his farm a bit more. But I mean, even with that all said, I mean, you got Aghanim. Yeah.
The question: how do you think they're going to stop the push? That was my main question. I mean, they don't really have any creep clear, like wave clear. Yeah, they've got double edge and fade bolt. I mean,
What
but that's
about
pretty
Blade
much it.
Mail? What about Blade Mail up onto Pudge and onto O'Malley? Onto
Yeah,
the Centaur
that's-
and Pudge,
Yeah.
picking up a Blade Mail. I mean, I think that's the only way they're going to maybe be able to deal with Aghanim's.
Yeah, I think O'Malley's going to have to go for an early pipe. Like, it just has to be done in this game. Like, yeah, sure, you would love to rush your blink on that guy, but I think he's going to have to go for an early pipe, maybe Hood of Defiance into blink, then the pipe, because they've got so much magical damage that they're really going to need that. Even a Crimson Guard. So I would think, like, Hood of Defiance, blink, pipe, Crimson Guard, and then maybe Blade Mail, because they need a way to deal with a right click. So Crimson Guard's good against that. They need some magic resistance, so pipe, and they need initiation, so the blink dagger. But okay, well, Rage Boss goes down to Bob Yules, who stole spin. So he stole a full level Blade Fury, and then obviously, I mean, you have open wounds onto Hurley there, so I don't think he was getting away. But yeah, so, and then obviously you got the lift back into stun. But yeah, like, I definitely think those are the key items before Blade Mail. Maybe the Pudge can get an early Blade Mail, but then again, he also does need that Blink Dagger to get into position. It's hard. Like, this draft right now is, I feel pretty much ineffective against Pulse's draft. It's
Do you know the thing is,
what are you gonna do?
I think they have like APG has a good draft. I just feel against the draft of Pulse, it's just not maybe going to stand toe to toe. But I mean, there's been many times where I've been proved wrong, and many times that I've been proved right. I want to see a game 3. So I'd really want APG to take a game here. It's a little bit concerning, but if anyone can do it, I feel that APG can. Filthy Frank has always been a threat on the map. I mean, even if you don't see Filthy Frank, I mean, there's always a threat that this little bugger Pudge is going to be being caught out.
But he's going to be in a bit of trouble here.
So ACG going to get that pull off. There comes this 2-hoof stomp. Now Bob Yules blade fearing away, going to work him down. They do lose the Slardar, and now there comes up the Stampede. Hurley going ham. Is it enough to pull him out? He was in the way. Filthy Frank pulling back Hurley. Filthy Frank, you're making me a liar, my man. You're supposed to kill the Jugger.
Technically, he did not miss a hook.
Okay, all right, fair enough. Fair enough.
But in the meantime, the Luna does take that easy tower. Well, and now she's going to be able to farm up and do whatever the hell she wants. It does look like she's going to go straight into that Manta. So that's going to be up, I would say, in the next 5-10 minutes. She'll have a Manta up, and then maybe they can start pushing the towers with that ridiculous disruption and four illusions of a Luna. But yeah, it's just, for me, I kind of feel sad because I also wanted to see a game 3, but I don't want to call games, but it's just 60% of the game is won in the draft.
Yeah.
Like, especially in professional level games. You know, I mean, sure, in like a pub match you can pick like a completely weak draft and still win, but when it comes to this level of Dota, normally 60% of the draft is the win. You know, and normally the team with a better draft normally wins the game unless they really mess up and throw the game. But
If they play it,
in my
if they play it
experience, the
according
better draft
to
normally wins.
Yeah,
Excuse me?
if they play it according to the way that the drafters are supposed to be played, I mean, they're picking up a Shadow Demon, they're picking up a Luna, so now the Aghanims needs to actually get those stat items such as Skadi. He's building into his Manta, but here we go, Aghanim being caught out, telekinesis up into open wounds of Hurley, and Hurley actually turning around. Bob Yule's going to hit the deck. Fatty fighting himself in the opportune possession in the backlines. ACG going down to Rage Boss going down to ACG. Hurley trying to work out Fatty. Mr. O'Malley trying to see if he could find out Aghanims on the Luna. Not going to work out. O'Malley not getting the Who Stomp off and allowing an easy escape for...
Look, the only way that I see APG take advantage, if they get the key hooks off, they maybe get some pick-offs with the Lifestealer and Storm Spirit, like, you know, ooh, okay. Looks like Filthy Frank went down there to Smacker. Smacker used ulti, I believe, yeah.
And that's pretty much all he used.
Yeah, but as I was saying, yeah, pretty much all he used. As I was saying, I do feel like if they get like the right pick-offs with the Lifestealer and Storm Spirit, you know, that the classic combo, or even they can put Hurley into Filthy Frank and get a nice hook off into Lifestealer Bomb. But I do think that's the only way they can do this. They cannot fight 5-on-5 against that lineup. Pulse's lineup, you do not want to fight 5-on-5 because you will lose that team fight every time.
And the problem is you want Pulse wants to always be in close vicinity, especially with Fatty around. I mean, with that aura, the Vengeance aura doing so much work. We've got the Luna aura. I mean, the side of Pulse, they want to always be 5. Whereas the APG lineup, they want to try and find those pickoffs. I mean, it shows you.
And then maybe take a tower, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
But
it shows you with the
problem
hook. It shows you with Rubik. I mean, it's not really a good team fighting item. I mean, not even a lot of AoE, but all of a sudden, Filthy Frank finding a hook onto Aghanim. There comes out the defensive hook, but Hurley in the background finishes him off. And now Fatty's in a little bit of pressure for the side of APG. Bring down the 2 from Pulse. And I mean that's the perfect example. They found the pickoff. They found Aghanims. Filthy Frank made that play, and they caught him. They caught them unawares, even with the defensive swap. Hurley's positioning actually on that fight was unbelievable. He came around this way, knowing that he was going to swap. That was going to come down. So I mean,
it really was good.
Well played there, being able to sense out that swap was going to actually happen.
But I must say the one advantage they do have is if the Venge keeps going down first, that Vengeance aura is going to be stuck on the side of APG the entire fight. At the moment, it's doing a 36 damage reduction when she dies, which is quite significant. It's actually pretty massive. So, I mean, if the Venge does swap herself into death and gets the person that's gone on, you know, like out of the fight and she dies, it actually does give a bit of an advantage to them because guess what? Vengeance aura. You know, it's gonna bring down their damage quite a bit, and they rely more on their, you know, the right clicks of the Lifestealer, that type of thing, to get kills right now. I mean, Storm Spirit's nowhere near to items to start fighting, and he can't really pick off because yes, he can try go onto the Vengeful Spirit, but then obviously when the thing is done, he's going to be able to stun or maybe swap Doppler and always disrupt people that Storm Spirit's going on. It's very hard to get these pickoffs for them. But yeah, I feel like they need to do that. If Pulse stay as 5 and they don't let APG pick them off, then it's GG. You know, then I think they win the game. But if they allow APG to keep picking them off like this, for instance.
Here we go, big ball in from ACG and the Infest Bomb. We got Fatty stunning up O'Malley, not going to be good enough. Omni Slash going to be doing some work here, but still Mr. Juggernaut does go down. And now
they're not 5. They've got the pick-off heroes. They can do it. Now they can potentially push a tower because, you know, but they're going to have to rotate one in to, you know, stop the push of Rage Boss at the moment. But I think O'Malley can deal with him pretty easily. It does look like Filthy Frank is also going to, and Bob Yules is going to TP mid. So they're more keen on defending here at the moment. And that's also the problem. If the Luna's alive, that type of thing, they rotate all these heroes in to get these 2 or 3 pickoffs, which they really do need to do. You're going to have a Luna possibly just go, okay, fine, I'll just take your tower while you fight my team. But, oh no. Oh no.
Big
Aghanim getting
ult.
the solo kill onto Faulty Frank over there. Ulti was expended, so her ulti's going to be down for quite a while. It's like 140 seconds. It's quite a long cooldown on the Luna's ulti. But yeah, definitely the way to play it. They need to pick off. They really do need to pick off. But I think Pulse needs to play as 5. If they're not 5, you know, that's going to happen every time.
And that's it. That's the strength of their draft. So now APG, they need to play towards their strengths, find the pickoffs, find those heroes that they can just quickly erase. And then the side of Pulse, they need to constantly be 5 because, I mean, that's where their strength's going to lie. A nice engagement from Rage Boss, and then you can just get jumped on and then get smashed up. But ACG does have the Infest. They actually set up a little bit of a trap here. They're going to maybe lose Aghanims. No, their defensive disruption is going to be good. Stampede out from Mr. O'Malley. Now ACG trying to find a Rage Boss. Not going to work enough. And now Doppler, he's just trying to dodge the onslaught here from ACG. But ACG overextended. Not enough mana to actually get out. And he does go down. So now losing 2 here for the side of APG. But I mean, that was
questionable. That was questionable.
No, that was just a debate.
Hurley as well here. I mean, one more. Come on, one more right click. Okay, but some omelet toggles there is going to get him out of trouble. But yeah, it was kind of questionable. ACG and Hurley going in there.
No, it was a debate. You know, it was a complete debate. I mean, the 2 here on the sidelines were actually smoked up. They didn't know it was there. They thought it was maybe 2, maybe 3 at the most.
Yeah,
so,
but even so, like, I mean, you've got. But I must say, these supports here on Pulse are doing really, really well. I mean, you had Fady swap him out, then immediate disruption comes out, and then when Stampede was there to follow and could have actually killed Aghanim, he immediately got Venge stunned up as well. So they've got enough to kite the initiation on the side of APG. You know, with the disruption, with the defensive swap, with the stuns, they've got a lot of lockdown, a lot of kiting abilities, so it's going to be hard. But now ACG has got Hurley inside of him again with a haste rune to boot, so could they potentially catch our chance? And Doppler is just going to go, he's just going to
that's it.
Melt.
This is what they need to do. This is
Yeah.
what they need to do. This is Dota. This is the Dota they need to run now. Is as soon as Infest's up, as soon as Infest's up, you just run that and you just get those plays make it. They do those kind of plays.
They really do, because this is the only way they can win it, is by doing pickoffs and then taking towers. Pick off, take towers. But yeah, I say that, and the whole lane here is gone for the side of APG. It's like, this is a nice. I mean, the next push, like if they lose another team fight, another 1 or 2 team fights, Rush is up as well, so they could potentially be looking to do that again. Well, now for the first time in the game, they could do that. And you don't want to take on the side of Pulse in a Rush fight. It's unless you get like that key hook with Faulty Frank or, you know, something to that effect, then you could possibly do it. But now he's going to try go, but wow.
Oh, catches the hook. Rage Boss. ACG doing a little bit of a danceroo there as he tries to land on the cliff. But Stampede's going to be used out. They're going to try to find Rage Boss. He's going to actually blink back. Doppler in vicinity, but Faulty Frank blinking in, getting the dismember off, but defensive disruption used out here by Doppler. Bobby Hills blink in, Slytherin Crush, that was stolen, gets hooked back by Mr. Faulty Frank. Swap back in, says Fatty. Another Slytherin Crush, but Aghanim slows him down with that Lucent Beam. 1 right click coming out from Fatty and getting the kill. But now comes the Stu Pomp into Infest. Picks up Doppler in the backgrounds. We're going to have the Omni Slash going down. Doesn't do too much work as Smacker is now going to just Blade Fury out. He's trying to be slowed down. That Blade Fury actually times out as he gets that right click off there from ACG. Not enough to actually slow him down enough for Hurley to find him. But getting work done. And I mean, that was beautiful. That was 3 down and lost 2. I mean, yes, APG, yes. Yes, this
is what they need to do, and it's looking positive here for them. I mean, they need to use the draft for what it's designed to do. You know, they can't just fight. They have to pick off first, and they got a huge pick off onto Rage Boss there. I mean, Bob Yule's that cheeky Blinken Slytherin Crush, very, very good play. Unfortunately, he did go down. He got stunned up, got hooked out by Faulty Frank, but then got swapped immediately back in. But they were able to return that, you know, with like this huge thing, because I mean, there you have the Lifestealer raged up while Aghanim's going and ulting, and he's just going ham on him as well. So getting Aghanim onto very low HP is just, as soon as you take down that Luna, Smacker as well couldn't really do anything. So very, very good. And it does look like we're going to smoke up, potentially going to go Rush here, since they know Luna ulti's down, but they're going to get a quick pick off onto Doppler yet again. Maybe not Rush, because now they're being revealed. Filthy Frank just throws out that little hook, maybe see if he can catch someone out hiding in the trees. But yeah, definitely they can go push the tier 2 now. I mean, Luna ulti's down, the support is down for another 20 seconds. They could back off and rush, or they could push. There is a Hurley inside an O'Malley, so that actually rhymes, Hurley O'Malley.
Hurley and O'Malley, and then the Aghanims inside the O'Malley here has actually popped out. I want to take down this tier 2. And they're doing some pretty good work, done a lot of chip damage to it. We do have Smack on the sidelines. They're just trying to see if he can actually clear the wave. Pings do come out here. Aghanims actually wants to take a fight. Doesn't actually have an ult up just yet. It's 15 seconds more or less until that's back online. Now Hurley going to just rage and TP out. They're going to actually surrender that advancement and pull back. But it leaves the rush open here for the side of Pulse if they actually just want to jump in.
Now Luna ulti's gonna be up right now. Actually, it's gonna be up, and she does have quite a bit of. Oh, she just got finished her Manta off. Shadow Demon disruption. That should be easy towers if they can win this team fight. They can secure the rush. ACG is quite far behind enemy lines. Is he gonna take the bait and go onto the Luna illusion?
Oh no, they're gonna actually Rage Boss is gonna actually open up onto a melee, and he exploded. I can't believe how soft they actually made him. But now they're going to find Bob Yules. Swap back. He goes down. So now 2 down for the side of APG.
And here we go. Illusions of Luna.
Oh, well, I mean, this is the siege machine. I want to call this the siege machine, the Shadow Demon and Luna. They've got the illusions that Luna makes. Then you've got the illusions that the Shadow Demon makes.
Just do me a favor and click on Smacker with Luna Blessing and Vengeance Aura and his crits, his Blade Dance.
Yes.
Look how hard that guy is hitting.
Oh wow! And I mean, what, we're 23 minutes in, level 16. Yeah. He's doing 234 damage.
Yeah, 234 damage. Okay, without the auras, he does 200
Hurley. Hurley being caught out with his pants down, being
look how much of a difference it makes, right? I mean, Jug without the auras at the moment, he's doing 159 damage. So 200, what did we say? 220 what?
234. 234. I think that's what I think that's what my head said, yeah.
With both those auras. That is huge. That's massive. And then obviously, you know, when the Avenge dies, the side of APG is going to have that damage reduction. But I'm keen to see when the big bad man's going to go down. I mean, both teams can viably take this right now.
I mean, and very quickly for the side of Pulse at least. I mean, with the amount of negative armor, I mean, that's one of the benefits of having a slaughter is to actually take an early rush. So maybe they're not really running the draft they want to. I mean, slaughter helps with those early rush takes. I mean, you pop that corrosive haze and rush just melts. Then you've still got the likes of Luna and Vengeful Spirit. I mean, that thing should be melting away. But, I mean, maybe Pulse a little bit scared at this point in time, don't want to really jump into the pit. Their wards are in pretty good positions here, so they can actually see some good rotations if they actually do jump in. Maybe if they just drop an observer up here at the top, at your normal warding spot, then you'll be able to take it in pretty good confidence. But they're not preparing for it yet either, though.
No, they definitely are not, but it does look like Luna's going straight butterfly, which is pretty interesting.
The Luna? You know what? I don't like the build considering you have a Shadow Demon.
BKB, since they have got stuns, they've got the Storm Spirit initiation, the open wounds, in Bob Yules that can steal pretty much any stun he wants from any hero. But that's a very fast rush. Wow.
Yeah, I told you it would melt. I told you. It's
just. Do you see maybe a Desolator onto this Venge?
Maybe eventually I would like to. I mean, what does she have at the moment? Let's take a quick peek.
She's got kiting items. She's got the Medallion of Courage. Now going to be a full on Dalian over there. She's got that. She's got that evasion talisman riding up there. So she's gonna have the full on lovely thing. And it does couple up nice with the corrosive haze. But she's got that 4-staff as well. But yeah, that Solar Crest is gonna be doing a lot of work. Especially with the right clicks of Luna. But yeah, it's just for me.
The Battle Fury. Oh, well, I just want to jump back to the Luna because the Butterfly on Aghanims.
On Aghanim.
Like it's not for me. Considering you have a Shadow Demon in the mix and you have it in the draft, I feel that you should rather be going for like Scotty or like big stat
That's what I was
items
saying.
because, I mean,
Well,
that's where the benefit
Butterfly-
comes in.
Butterfly does give her illusions a bit more tankiness. It really does. Plus, it gives a little bit of an evasion as well. But what is the nicest thing about having the Butterfly on the Luna is it gives her very good stats, and it does give her quite a bit of agility, which means she's going to be attacking a lot faster. And you know she's got that 20 plus 25 attack speed on level 20, coupled with a Butterfly. That's a lot of like right click. You know she's gonna be attacking very fast, and it's gonna be doing a lot of work with the Manta and Disruption Illusion. So I mean, if she can get the fast Butterfly, there's no one really on the S side of APG that has anything near to a MKB right now. So she's gonna be able to man mode and fight.
Okay, I suppose that's. I mean, you've got the benefits of the Shadow Demon, and he gets rewarded so much more for stats. You'd expect that was the better choice. But like you said,
the mischance, the agility, the tankiness, you know, it's a good item in general to have.
it's only the right clicks of the Lifestealer you have to really be worried about, I would imagine. I mean, Lifestealer is the only one that's really right clicking away. Storm is really trying to control you, popping out.
Look at these illusions.
Well, I mean, it still does a chunk of damage, but I mean, look at the tankiness.
This is a problem, though. They've got no real creep clear on the side of APG.
Well, O'Malley decides to actually jump in. Yeah, going to get waved up for the moment. Trying to slow things down here for the side of Pulse. They don't want to let them get too far in advance, but Rage Boss jumps in onto Bob Yules, does get the disruption off. He does actually seal out the disruption. Hurley trying to work here on an Aghanims, but here comes the Omni Slash out from Smacker. Now Mally jumping back in, trying to get the double edge off, doing a bit of damage, and now Aghanims got very low HP, still does have the Aegis up, and pop goes Mr. Smackaroony as Hurley's managed to actually popping out. Here comes that disruption out onto Filthy Frank, just keeping him in play, not going to be good enough, and now Aghanims being surrounded here. Does lose the Aegis, but Fady in the sidelines not going to be able to offer too much support. And he's actually going to try and TP out, but Filthy Frank says, flip you and bring me that gem.
Filthy Frank, my man, you're doing so well. I mean, we've seen his punch before, but damn, he's landing those hooks tonight.
That's just 5 down for the side of Pulse with an Aegis.
I kind of feel like Luna ulti was kind of wasted there. It was a lot of creeps. They were quite spread out. They had the shrine available. It's just, you know, if she maybe saved the Luna ulti for when they were getting chased, it would have changed up the fight quite a bit since she did have Aegis as well. I don't know. I feel like it was kind of wasted. But I must say, here we have the Aghanim Scepter coming on to the Centaur Warrunner. So when he stampedes, what is it? Something ridiculous like 70. I can't even remember, but like
I know he becomes Sylvester Stallone. He becomes Sylvester Stallone and he can climb over cliffs. That's what he did. That's what I know.
He could climb over cliffs, yeah, but it also evades quite a bit of the team nuke from the side of Pulse. And I mean, he's gonna have the pipe as well as the Aghanims eventually. So it's gonna be pretty legit, and it's something he really needs to go for here. I think we haven't seen the Aghanims on Centaur for a while now, but I think it is a good choice in this scenario against the side of Pulse with their lineup. It is a good choice.
Well, I mean, ACG, just looking at him at the moment, 20 Bloodstone charges. He does have the infested Aghanims inside of him now as well. So looking for a little bit of a pick-off. And I mean, like we said, I mean, this is the strength of APG's draft. You find one, you find two, gives you the strength, push up heal, and then you got the advantage. If they don't find those little pick-offs, then the advantage sits with Pulse a little bit better. Looks like the side of APG going to actually formulate themselves here top as Pulse. They're in the Radiant jungle, trying to see if they can actually find a pick-off. They're going to actually focus their attentions now onto the shrine. Here comes out the disruption, going to be able to write it down, right-click down there, try and write it quickly. I mean, at this point, what do? I mean, Rage Boss is actually got the Invis Ruin, so he's actually going to be able to set up something nicely. But Bob Yules does have the gem. Oh, Mr. Rage Boss, Filthy Frank. Oh. Okay, now he's just going to run away. Oh, that was such an anticlimax.
Yeah, it's all right. Like you saw the illusions. I mean, look at this Luna illusions. They're going straight mid. Like, okay, it's fine. They're gonna probably finish off this range Drax. Oh.
Even ACG.
And that's the range Drax. It does not regen. So yeah, but they can just keep sending Luna illusions for days to quickly just take that range Drax.
Yeah, I mean, we do have Aghanims almost got his butterfly. He's about maybe 400 gold away. He's saving for buyback, obviously, but Bob Yule's blinking in, getting the telekinesis off. O'Malley jumping in there, going to clean out the Vengeful very quickly. Being saved out there, going to be Aghanim's, but now we've got Smacker trying to Omni Smash. Now right click down. We do lose O'Malley. He does go down. Now Hurley rocking up to the party. Right clicking down. Infests into the catapult. Not going to be good enough. Does get caught out. Rage Boss making easy work of him there. 2 down here for the side of APG. 2 down for the side of Pulse.
Oh, that was so unfortunate, Hurley. He was armlet toggling. Like, as he was getting away, he was armlet toggling, so we're down to really low HP. And at that precise point, you know, Rage Boss goes and just Slither and crushes him to death. Like, if he just got that armlet toggle off just like a second sooner, he could have possibly survived that.
Yeah.
I don't know, he still had the Luna and Smacker chasing him as well, but just so unfortunate that he armlet toggled precisely at that point.
Yeah, well, I mean, that was super unfortunate for Hurley. I mean, he was getting so much work done, and then his team just went down, and he had to find a way out of it, and the only way out of it was the closest catapult, and that just exploded as well to the onslaughts of the side of Pulse. But Aghanim's, he has actually got his butterfly. It should be brought to him on the career any moment now. Now he's got his butterfly. Now, what do we want to see? Do we want to see a Scuddy or do we want to see the BKB? I'm saying I want to see the Scuddy, maybe.
I think he maybe possibly
BKB.
needs to finish off that Hurricane Pike as well, just for some more evasion.
A little bit more. I mean, you've got the Venge
more
that's swapping him
mobility.
out.
Yeah, I know he can get to the Venge swap, the disruption, but if he does get caught out a second time, or if the team fight progresses for long enough and those spells are on cooldown, he's in a spot of trouble. So I do think finishing that Hurricane Pike is quite essential as well. Also, they can start saving Smacker, but he's been like, taking the brunt of things here. But yeah, they think they do need to get that onto the Luna as well. But yeah, BKB, yes, it's a nice item. No, the Shrine's gonna get taken down so quick here as well. But BKB is gonna be a nice item for her. Yes, you have the meat hook and the bite as well going through it. But it's gonna save them from the stun. It's gonna save them from a lot of things. Oh, but Stampede, everything getting used onto an illusion. That's really unfortunate.
That's
Their majority of their initiation gone. They need to get the hell out of here before they die.
I mean, I was even like, am I seeing what I was seeing? I mean, ACG spins balls in all the way, and then that Lunar Illusion gets caught out here in the side of Rush, and yeah, I mean, a lot of abilities being expended out there, but not going to actually be fortuitous for the side of APG. I suppose jebaited is what we call it nowadays.
Jebaited, yeah. Oh well, they saw a Luna and they're like, let's do something.
I mean, it's an opportunity. If it was the real one, I mean, that would have been a beautiful pick-off. So I suppose at this point in time, you can't take the chance. You can't risk it. If you see a Luna and it's possibly the real Luna, you've got to make the jump. So, but they're going to find out O'Malley. There comes the Omni Slash. Going to be darting around. Hurley, we're going to be able to bring down Doppler. And we got Hurley making his play here into Fetty as well. We do lose Aghanim's on the Luna. And now 3 down here for the side of Pulse. They're trying to find more. ACG's going to bite the dust. He does. Smacker picking up the kill there. Open wound's going to be used, and it's going to slow him down enough as Hurley's trying to go ham. Hurley, can you find him? No, Bob Yule's coming in with a Blink Crush. I mean, if you don't have... I mean, if you don't have a Slaughter on your own team, just pick up a Rubik and get your own Slaughter, I suppose.
Oh, Filthy Frank getting kited, getting used up by... by a Rage Boss over there and able to blink out. Did throw out a blind hook, possibly catch him, but unfortunately didn't run in that direction. But yeah, that fight was absolutely horrendous. I mean, they should have... Oh, they didn't even get the Luna ulti off. She just died so quickly.
Yeah, well, I mean, surprise, surprise. I mean, APG sitting 25 to 20 at the 35-minute mark. I mean, it looks like they actually may want to try and take higher ground at the moment. ACG's busy just dancing around the map. And I think the call is going to be to actually finish out the bottom tier 2 here. And then pretty much only tier 3 is going to be standing in the line of their throne.
Yeah, and it's just really unfortunate. I mean, I do think that Luna does need to get that BKB now, especially, yeah, she's got the Manta to evade the Orchid, but yeah, the Rubik being able to steal any stun he wants, the Storm Spirit initiation, the Hoof Stomp, the double edge, you know, like it all pierces spell immunity, so she really does need that BKB now. She's going to melt all the time. And obviously she doesn't want to get open wounds, you know, all those disgusting little things that they do have going there. But yeah, the only thing that can really viably stop a BKB is going to be Filthy Frank, since he's Hook, and of course his Dismember goes through it. But to get to this Luna,
they're gonna actually find out the Luna immediately. Swap disruption comes out. We do have the telekinesis out on to Smacker. He's gonna go down. They do lose Freddy as well. 2 down here for the side.
You see, poor Smacker gets left behind every time. They keep trying to save Aghanim, but very, very good save there. I mean, first the swap, disruption, the 4-staff, everything being used to save this Luna's life. But yeah, as I suspected, that Hurricane Pike is now up and running, and the BKB is going to be in her stash, so she's going to go for that next. It's exactly what I thought. She really needs that, because she needs some mobility of her own.
Yeah, because then it allows the Venge to actually save Smacker. I mean, that's essentially what it is.
It allows Smacker to actually output damage, because he wasn't even able to get off his ulti there. The Omni Slash was just like, you know, not really doing much. But I do think he's going to be going for that Lincoln Sphere as well, just purely because of, you know, the Orchid being on the Storm Spirit. He's been using it on Smacker quite a bit. The Orchid into the Electric Vortex. It's just, yeah. And then obviously it's going to save him from, you know, the Rubik stealing his spin or his ulti. Lincoln's is a really good item here for Smacker, and it's going to give him some nice stats as well. So I do see it as a viable option. You can also put the Lincolns onto Aghanim if he really feels the need to. But yeah, the Hurricane Pike into BKB is really going to free up the sports to do a little bit more for the rest of their team. I mean, they've been using every single valid option to save Aghanim the whole time. They've been using the disruptions. They've been using the swap, the stuns, just to save Aghanim's life, and then the rest of the team are just left to, you know, kind of die on the sidelines.
Well, I'm looking at Hurley's item pickups, and I see he's actually gone for AC. I really like this, especially up against the lineup that Pulse has, the amount of negative armor that they have. I mean, the AC is beautiful. Generally, at this point, you'd actually see Lifestealers building into an Abyssal Blade, but he actually picked up the AC first. I mean, this is perfect items here for the Lifestealer. I think next after this, he can now go back and pick up his Abyssal Blade.
The Lifestealer, yeah.
Yeah,
but I mean, I do like the fact that he's gone for the AC. It's going to help his team out quite a lot. Yeah, we do have the Blade Mail onto the Centaur Warren as well with the return damage, so that's pretty disgusting. We've got the completed Aghanim Scepter here as well. So, I mean, the heroes are going to take reduced damage from Stampede, which is beautiful. Okay, he's able to go through trees, through cliffs, all those good things. So, I mean, the Stampede Aghanims is very strong. I mean, the damage evasion that it has, the reduced damage, and then eventually the Inevitable Pipe. I mean, we spoke about this earlier. It's very, very good, and it's very good for against the lineup of someone with, you know, the huge damage that Pulse have. I mean, they've got heavy right click, heavy nuke, heavy team fight. It's just, yeah, you need something to evade it, and you know, Centaur Aghanims, Centaur Pipe. That's definitely the way to go here.
I mean, that was that was super surprising. While we were chatting away there, is we had the likes of APG in this vicinity here, trying to make a play mid, while the vicinity of Pulse was all sitting here at the bottom, and then all of a sudden APG decided to actually TP back, maybe feeling threatened that they were trying to make a play on the bottom tier 3, but still, I mean, they would have forced a lot of TPs back if APG actually decided to maybe put a bit of pressure onto the tier 3 tower.
They could put pressure onto the tier 3 tower here. They could also potentially just maybe sneak some Lunar Illusions in to finish off that ranged Rax in the mid there. There is Glyph available, so they could maybe potentially force out a Glyph or force out some TPs even to clear some map space for the side of Pulse. Just by sending like 3 or 4 Lunar Illusions to take that Rax, they could create a lot of space by doing that. But in the meantime here,
ACG didn't want to give up on that one.
The Glimmer Cape from Doppler there, saving Fady's life, but now they're going to Stampede right back in, and yeah, 2 supports completely blown up. Huge damage coming out there, and this could potentially free up a Rax for them.
No, I mean, this is a big kill. I mean, Vengeful Spirit.
We do have Aghanim ratting in the meantime here, so she could possibly go for the racks as well. Maybe force back some TPs. I think that's all they can hope to do here.
Well, I mean, they're not going to surrender until they take this lane of racks. Maybe TP one of them back. Hurley does get the melee racks. They're looking at taking the range. Rage Boss trying to find something. He doesn't immediately invest into ACG. Oh, ACG trying to jump back in. There's going to be a blinked out. There will be Rage Boss. And Filthy Frank enough to actually force Luna back. They're not going to be able to get that sneaky racks. So they could only defend the range racks in the mid lane.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, they at least it forced back some TPs. At least it forced them to get the hell out, because I mean, before you can even blink, that Luna's gonna take your racks. You know, it's. I mean, yeah, sure, you can maybe glyph it, maybe send one hero back, but by the time the glyph's over, that Luna is going to take your racks faster than your team can. It's just like, especially with the butterfly here, giving her that extra attack speed, the level 25 talent that she's got another 25 attack speed. So it's absolutely massive. I mean, coupled up with the butterfly, it is disgusting. Like, her agility stats right now are gross. That Luna is really, really tanky at the moment as well. With the against right click damage, and she's going to be stronger against magical damage very, very soon, very close to that BKB. Unfortunately, if she does go buy the BKB now, she's not going to have buyback. But now another big initiation here.
They're going to find out. Poor Mr. Rubik. Smack is going to hit the deck. There comes out the disruption. Going to keep Aghanim's live a little bit longer, but Doppler going down. There comes up the swap onto Aghanim. Fatty, he's taking a bit of damage. Hurley picks up the kill on him. ACG trying to find more. No, but O'Malley, he wants a piece of the action, jumping in. Buyback coming out here from Rage Boss. Trying to get into the action. Buyback, baby. The side of Pulse do not want to give up just yet. And it may be enough to actually force them back. They were actually making their way out. But now Hurley, he's going to be jumped onto Smacker, right-clicking away. O'Malley catching out 2 with his hoof stomp. And they're going to look for more. Pulse throws down the gauntlet. Pop goes Mr. Ace. Who was it that went down? Mr. O'Malley. Now they also picked up Hurley as he got picked up as well. Jem is on the deck.
He thought he was safe inside. He thought he was safe inside the big bad boy himself, O'Malley, but unfortunately, nope.
Wow. Barback. All of a sudden, switcheroo, and picking up a number of kills on the side of APG. I think as soon as they saw those barbacks,
whole ass. Should have just gotten the hell out, yeah. But I mean, as a life stealer, you would think, okay, if I climb into the Centaur War Runner, I'll be fine, right? The guy's pretty tanky.
Yeah, you'd think that, you would, yeah.
But nope. Unfortunately, O'Malley did go down, and life stealer was inside of him, so it was kind of like a 2-for-1 special for the side of Pulse.
Well, Fatty gets his gem back.
Now it's anyone's game at the moment. Their heroes are pretty damn tanky and strong at the moment, and I mean, it does feel like Pulse has been kind of getting caught, like 1 or 2 heroes getting caught out of position quite a bit, and then just automatically losing team fights because the 2 heroes that did get on cannot fight any longer. Well, obviously they're dead, and then they kind of just prolong the fight instead of going out. They should just run away when 1 or 2 heroes getting picked off instead of trying to force issue and fight, because that's really costing them right now, is trying to take on the team fights when there are 1 or 2 heroes down. It's really costing the side of Pulse a bit. I mean, they can't afford to keep losing the team fights like this. I mean, yeah, if Smacker's gonna go down, let him die. Don't try save him. You can try save him with the Venge swap. Maybe get the Venge to die instead of Smacker. That's a viable option. But then don't go try and full on team fights after that. And they've been doing that quite often. Like in the last 3 or 4 team fights, they've been fighting with 1 or 2 men down already before the fight even starts. And it's costing them the game at the moment. I mean, it's evident they've just almost lost the mid racks here. They've got the ranged racks that's gonna stay that HP. It's not gonna regen, and they've lost another tier 3 tower here as well.
It's
weird. I think they just think they're a bit stronger than they really are right now, and they don't realize how strong the side of APG are currently. I mean, remember they've got some heavy hitting HP heroes here. A lot of HP, Lotus Orbs. not just that, the blade mails, it's just so much to deal with at the moment. And now you almost got an MKB onto Hurley as well now, so he's going to be able to deal with a Luna pretty easily with that butterfly. So it's just a little bit unfortunate. And it does look like she doesn't opt to go for the BKB. She's going straight into Satanic, which could be a viable option for her as well. She can just right-click herself back to full HP with that amazing attack speed she has. So not opting to go for the BKB. And I think it's also a pretty smart choice. I was about to mention that she could...
Oh, there comes out the jump from ACG. They're going to try and find Aghanims here. Immediately Mantis is going to get himself out of there. O'Malley finding out Fatty. He's going to go down. ACG once more. Can't find out the Glimmer Cap Doppler. But now Smacker trying to make a play on Filthy Frank. Going to try and deny himself. Not going to be good enough. Smacker gets the kill there. But in the meantime, Doppler does go down in the back line. He's going to get open wounded up here. Smacker goes down again. And APG taking down 3 for the side of Pulse. And I mean, this gank potential from ACG and Hurley is absolutely wrecking the side here for Pulse. I mean, they just don't have anything to deal with it. I feel that Pulse is not...
every time.
I feel that they're not actually being able to actually run the lineup the way that Pulse actually wanted to run the lineup. I mean, they've got the Siege Demon of Luna and Shadow Demon. They're just not really using it. And look how quickly these Rexes fall. They're going to take the top lane of Rex as well now.
You know, I mean, like we were saying before, for them to win this, they need to be 5 and not get picked off. And the pickoffs are costing them a lot. I mean, ACG is playing as perfectly. O'Malley is doing very, very well as well. And obviously Hurley's going along for the ride, just popping out at the right times here. But
3-man crush. Aghanim getting the ulti off. Gonna have Blade Mail doing a chunk of work, almost going down. Gonna get disrupted up into Hoof Stomp. And Bob Yule's picking up the kill there. GG, well played, has been called out. So even from the beginning, feeling that Pulse had the better lineup. I mean, APG played their lineup to the T, get the pickoffs, make the plays, and get themselves on the board, which they have. Well, just looking at the last little bits, yeah. I mean, like I felt Pulse like really had a great lineup. I mean, I just felt like they weren't playing it.
Had the better draft. They definitely had the better draft, Pulse Gaming. The problem is that APG played their draft better because they got the pickoffs they needed. And then Pulse kind of just fell into the trap, you know? It's kind of like they get picked off, okay? And then they try to take the team fight with 2 or 3 heroes down, which isn't advisable because then you're just losing more and more heroes and then you have no effective defense against your towers. I mean, they haven't got much push on the side of APG. You know, they haven't got much creep clear. So, I mean, it's just, for me, they just fell into APG's game. They kind of just, like, did what they weren't supposed to do here. Like, they were playing exceptionally well in the start, and then they kind of just, you know, took team fights they shouldn't have taken. I mean, once a hero has been picked off, okay, you go, okay, back out, we'll regroup and wait for you to respawn. Let the 4 of us, you know, defend racks. 2 supports go down, okay, fine, we've still got the heavy hitters defending racks, except they tried to take on team fights, and Smacker getting caught out every time as well, it didn't help.
But I mean, even Smacker going down, I mean, he still had the most kills on the side of Pulse. So I mean, he may be going down, but he got off the Omni Slash. I mean, I feel maybe Aghanim got a little bit overwhelmed because he was always being jumped on, and then the Vengeful Swap had to actually be used on him, and Fatty couldn't then actually become a right clicker. He was more playing a defensive role, just getting Aghanims out of the fight the entire time, and Aghanim then running away and not actually fighting back. I mean, I think maybe that's what actually cost him a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. It's sad, but it's also good because we get to do a game 3, which I'm really excited for.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is probably going to be one of the very few full best of 3s that we are going to experience. So we'll love and leave you for a short while. Go take a toilet break. Go get yourself a drink, and we will see you guys very, very shortly. So don't go anywhere. Do stay tuned.
How do you achieve your greatness?
There's no margin for error.
No room for mistakes.
You need total control.
Your success is determined by your grit.
It takes thousands of hours perfecting your moves.
And only the strong survive.
You think you've paid your dues?
You think you're ready to enter the arena?
Think again.
This is the Telkom Digital Gaming League.
This is where legends fight till the last second.
where the action explodes straight through your system.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and Dota players around the world. We're back. Game number 3. A long while since we've been taking it all the way, the full stretch, the whole 9 yards, the best of 3 game. APG versus Pulse. It is going to be another cracker of a game. First game was a little bit of a tough one for APG. Eventually, Pulse signing out that deal. Game 2, APG showing that they are still dominant on the scene, and a better showing from the boys from the side of APG Pulse, not being able to close out the deal there, even though we felt they had the better draft. APG played their draft to perfection. But draft number 3 underway, APG versus Pulse Gaming, round of 5. And the well-mannered red man himself, the Axe. I mean, I know that we've seen amazing Axes being played, not very commonly picked up, but yet again, you pick up 1 or 2, 3-man Berserker calls, and you're shaking and baking, baby.
Yeah, definitely shaking and baking indeed. And also kind of leaves Pulse without the dazzle. They cannot pick a dazzle against the Axe. It's, I mean, sure, the poison touch is pretty cool against him, but it's you know, goodbye, shallow grave, and it's not going to be had. But we have seen an Axe dazzle being picked up quite a bit. That combo is pretty ridiculous, and it's very, very strong. I mean, you can basically Rax Axe, the classic go behind the tower, just, you know, take all the creeps. And we did see an interesting strategy against it the other day when Flipside decided to pick up an Enigma against it, and the Enigma just, kept making eidolons of his creep waves, and Axe was going behind that tower, taking his creep waves, so it kind of counteracted each other. Axe wasn't really doing what he was meant to be doing, but unfortunately, that game, Flipside did end up losing, even with the black holes and everything, but this is very strong. Axe, Blink Core, Blade Mail, Fatal Bonds, into chaotic offering.
I mean,
that is the disgusting. And then also you can put the Shadow Word onto Axe, so he just keeps regenning. Plus that beautiful talent of his when he gets essentially a free heart just with a talent tree. You can go full man mode, the 6 strength, into the plus 250 health, into plus 25 health regen, and then the armor on the level 25. Yeah, that axe is so strong right now. It really, really is. It's an amazing hero, and the talent tree is absolutely amazing as well. So definitely a very big meta hero, and we've seen him picked up and banned many times. Actually, what are the stats on that, Jabba? Let's go look. Thank you, Sargon, by the way.
Go have a look. I'm going to jump onto the bans really quickly. Those come out fast and furious at the moment. APG banning out the Lone Druid, the Lifestealer, and the Terrorblade. We saw Hurley play the Lifestealer. Actually was becoming quite a dominant factor in the previous game. Lone Druid had a little bit of a lower offering to actually be had this time around. Terrorblade being banned out in pretty much all 3 games thus far. For the side of Pulse, banning out the Slardar, banning out the Invoker, SF, as well as the Ember. So a lot of mid heroes actually being banned out here. Just maybe trying to ensure Smacker has a decent run in the mid lane for himself.
We don't have much of the disgusting heroes now for the mid. We don't have the Sniper pickup. We don't have the Druid pickup, the Invoker, the Ember Spirit, the SF. Those heroes have been so impactful this patch and in this Master Series. But yeah, the Axe apparently has been picked or banned 26 times in this Master Series, which is quite a lot. Considering.
Yeah, it is, considering that it's really been a lot. I mean, it's one of those heroes that can really get a lot of stuff done with very little. I mean, a lot of positioning from the Axe can actually swing a team fight, especially his ability to actually re-engage, disengage. It's just constantly an absolute pain. But Pulse, they've picked themselves up the Vengeful Spirit and the Centaur. So they've got a little bit of options to be had here for themselves. Do you think we're going to see the same kind of lineup being run here for Pulse? I mean, they did pick up the Vengeful. They now got the Rubik Centaur synergy pair is what APG had in the previous game. So it seems that teams are swapping around drafts quite a bit. This time around, I mean, we got the Vengeful, Rubik, and Centaur. A lot of disable, a lot of lockdown. This is going to be a beautiful opportunity here for Pulse to actually maybe set up something beautiful.
Oh, but we do have the Luna on the side of APG at the moment, and they do have the SD available to them as well, since Pulse has picked up the Venge, they've picked up the Rubik, they have got their support, so the SD combo is available for APG. There is, however, still a ban left for them, so they could ban out the Shadow Demon, but I don't know. We'll have to see, but
I mean,
this is pretty disgusting right now. I mean, it's okay. You've seen the long cooldown ultis not really do well in this current meta. It's more the fast-paced, the fast-paced game, that type of thing, the aggressive lineups. But when those ultis are up, you don't want to be near them. You do not want to be near the Warlock and Luna as it comes down. And obviously you've got the huge initiation coming out from the Axe, so it's gonna, it can easily pick off and rotate early. But nothing for Pulse as well. Venge and Rubik, 2 very good roaming early ganking supports as well. Coupled with the Centaur Runner, also very good hero, very good initiation. So if they pick up some really strong, like a strong carry, something that can, sustain by itself into a very good mid, they've still got the Tinker available for them as well.
What about an OD? What about an OD for Pulse?
OD could do very well here as well. Very, very well.
I mean, you've got the prison.
You can also stop the Axe. Yeah, you can stop the Axe from getting that huge call. I would have maybe liked to seen a Disruptor instead of the Rubik, just to deal with the Axe blink call, TPing into towers, that sort of thing. You can, glimpse someone back as they TP in. You can, if you're not caught, you can glimpse the Axe as well. Also, it's very good. It's got a good AoE ulti that, the silence, the Static Storm. And once it does get the Aghanim set up, it could, because Venge could do the position 5, the Disruptor could go for the position 4.
But
and
Disruptor
can
hasn't
rush the
really
Aghanims.
but the Disruptor really hasn't been having a good showing.
I know.
I
but
mean, the
it's such a
Disruptor's win
strong
rate.
hero. It's
Listen to the
such a
win rate
strong
of a
hero.
Disruptor, though, like
I know,
21%.
Yeah, 21%. It's had a bad showing here in the Masters, but it is such a strong hero, though. But they do decide to pick up the Morphling, which is, that strength. Yeah, there we go. SD Luna, okay. That strength gain is going to soak up a lot. And, it's a hard hero for the Axe to, say, solo kill on his own. It can withstand a nice team fight. It can also later on get that shotgun. So it's going to, that adaptive strike with the shotgun build, the Ether Blade, Ethereal Blade, takes care of the Warlock Shadow Demon fairly quickly. And it's decent. It's decent wave clear, decent push. So it's got something that they really want. It's a carry that can fight early, a carry that can sustain a gank and get out of it. It's also got really good split push potential, and obviously it can also make illusions of the Axe.
What about a Necro mid now, considering APG?
I don't think Necro. No, not Necro.
Necro with against the Morphling.
I think something a bit like something like a Tinker. To that effect.
Tinker's just been banned, so that one's
Tinker,
been.
I know Tinker has been banned now, but no, definitely not. I don't think a Necro is not going to do that well here. But yeah, I think the Morphling is a good pick. I mean, he can always make a Luna illusion. He can make an Axe illusion, which it still spins as well.
Yeah,
so
that is.
It's pretty legit. Morphling is one of the carries that can get away from ganks. It's tanky. It can split push. It can do a lot of damage in team fights. It's a very, very good carry to have here, and it's one of the better options I think for Pulse. For a mid though, they haven't got much options left here, to be honest. They don't. They haven't got that much option. I mean, what do you do here?
Maybe a TA. I mean, they are lacking on a little bit of right click.
TA, yes, maybe, but I mean. She's gonna go. Her tick damage from the Shadow Demon, the massive nuke, the Shadow Word can also get put on her. A call, yeah. She's gonna get disabled quite a bit. And now Odie.
Okay,
that's gonna take care of the Centaur, the Morphling. Yeah, that Odie's gonna wreck.
So that's gonna be a Mr.
Yeah, I was also thinking maybe Odie for Pulse.
That would have also been really good. That would have been really
pick
good.
Up a puck maybe, but it's also not.
You need a right clicker. I feel you need a right clicker. You need
like
something.
A carry mid, maybe Windrunner, Zeus. Okay.
Zeus. Okay, well that's going to be super interesting. Alrighty. How do you feel about the Zeus pickup? I'm not 100% convinced.
Zeus. Okay. Outputs a lot of damage. Nimbus. Nimbus OP. They've got a lot of ways to get rid of Nimbus, obviously, since they've got the Warlock, the Luna, the Odie. Some nice right click to kind of take out the Nimbus there. But Zeus is going to be putting a lot of damage here, especially early game if it gets a lot of levels.
Look, there are low HP heroes. APG is...
they are squishy.
So...
Luna's squishy, Shadow Demon squishy, Warlock is squishy. Odie, he's not that squishy. Axe is the only real tanky
But he scales
hero
really
right
well with his third. His third ability can really deal with the Axe really well. I mean, it gives him a percentage against HP and strength.
Yes, it does. It
so,
does do well.
So it could actually do really well. But all right, we're going to jump into game number 3, ladies and gents. This is going to be the last game of the series, where APG and Pulse are going to go head to head. We're going to see who can actually take off this win. But let's get ready to Dota. This time round, going to be played by Pulse on the side of the Radiant. We've got Aghanim going to be playing the Morphling. We've got Smacker going to be on the Zeus. We have got Doppler this time round on the Vengeful Spirit. We've got Fetty and Ragebot's going to be playing the Rubik and the Centaur, respectively. Best of luck to both teams. Please go ahead and make the introductions for the side of APG.
Well, on APG, we have ACG on that Outworld Devourer, aka the Odie. Then we'll have O'Malley playing the offlane Axe. Ooh, he's got a pretty cool set over there. It's like all horny and stuff. It's really nice. I like it. Okay, that was bad. I always dig myself these holes, don't I? Anyway, There we have Stand-in Hurley on the Luna, Bob Yules playing the Shadow Demon this time around, and Filthy Prank on the Warlock. Oh, but he's going to get gone on here. I think he's going to go down fairly. They got enough disable and stun to get him. One more right click should do the job.
Beautifully done.
Smacker's going to finish him for the Arc
Rage,
Lightning.
and Ragebots are not even going out for the last right click. They're actually leaving it for Smacker. I do like that play there a little bit, making sure their mid gets that early kill. That's going to put him in line for an early bottle really quickly as well. So
yeah, and I mean, they've got the 3 runes now as well. So that's quite nice. So not only did he get first blood, he also got the rune. So it's going to set up his bottle very, very fast.
But he's actually
only sitting with 2 tangos here, and he's actually going to fly on his bottle straight away. So, oh no. He's going for the null talisman. So old school Zeus. Old school Zeus build. It's going to be building up into that Veil of Discord probably eventually. So I mean, he's going to have that fairly soon. And he's almost got enough for a bottle now, actually. And he's still got almost 600 gold in his stash, so he's going to have bottle very quickly as well. Going to be able to spam out that mana, but ACG, it's going to be very annoying to play Zeus against an OD. It does sap out your intelligence, so yeah, it's not nice.
It's going to be really tough for Smacker, but I mean, if you can do it, it's going to be the best. And we do have a rotation coming in here. Doppler as well as Mr. Rubik is just trying to see if they can actually try and find a kill on ACG. They don't. And that's going to probably be a foil to their plans now. Looking at bot lane, going to be a melee going just toe-to-toe against Aghanim. I think it's pretty much going to be a tied lane. I think Ameli's going to get the farm he needs, and so will Aghanim. So that's going to be pretty easy. This time round, Hurley going to have an easy lane once again.
Fady coming in mid just to give Zeus another clarity over there. And it is quite nice because the only way he's really going to last hit against ACG is going to be that Arc Lightning.
I mean,
yeah, that imprison's annoying. It does so much damage right now. I like the way that they've changed it, because I mean, OD mid, like with his old Astral Imprisonment, was pretty annoying. You'd have to lane against him with a hero that didn't really require mana to do damage. Now it's a bit more viable, but like I do like the fact that Imprison does damage as well. It makes the hero a bit better in my opinion.
Well, I mean, you can pick up a couple of last hits, kills. I mean, especially if they're low HP, just drop the imprisonment, get out, and you'll actually still pick up the kill. So, I mean, and I've seen ACG actually play the Outworld Devourer. He's actually really good on the hero as well. So something of a comfort pick, I would also imagine. He's pretty good on it. I think it's going to be the first showing actually seeing Hurley on the Luna as well. So hopefully we can also see a decent win coming out here for the side of APG, especially having that Shadow Demon. Maybe this time around they can do a little bit more with this Luna Shadow Demon combo as opposed to what Pulse had in the previous game. They struggled a little bit. I mean, the APG side just played perfectly and according to their lineup. But it looks like we got a little bit of a wraparound here from Filthy Frank.
Are they going to be able to do something here? Filthy Frank, he's got Shadow Word, but unfortunately ACG has got all the creeps onto his high ground there, so he can't go past those creeps. It's a little bit unfortunate. Smacker's going to take quite a bit of damage from that Shadow Word, but he's going to fly up. What is he flying in now? He's going to eventually fly in his bottle here, so he's going to be able to spam quite a bit. Shrines are definitely available as well. And Rage Boss is actually doing pretty well here against his tri-lane, but Bob Yules has got the disruption off, so Hurley's not going to stun up and follow up.
Oh, beautiful body blocking.
Fady teeping in at just the right time, but I think Rage Boss might actually still go down here. Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful telekinesis.
If he wasn't going to go down to Hurley's stun, he was definitely going to go down to Shadow Word. Maybe he could have reached the shrine in time to heal up, but yeah, not running in the right direction. Unfortunately, Rage Boss does go down.
Well, so far been a very interesting game. Both teams picking up a 1-1 kill. Early first blood for Smacker, and now Hurley picking himself up a nice little kill there in the top lane. So far, I mean, it's going to be... It's going to be super interesting. I mean, I want to see a little bit of a better showing from our Luna Shadow Demon pair. I mean, we saw in the earlier game it didn't actually do that well. With the wave clear, I think they're doing a little bit better this time around. They've got the Zeus. They've got the Morphling as well. They can clear really well.
No, this game around APG, APG definitely does have wave clear. And, I mean... Against the Shadow Demon Luna combo last game, they didn't really have the wave clear, but yeah, that's...
Mr. Bob Yules getting caught out.
A lot of trouble. Smacker with the haste run.
Yeah.
Oof.
Hurley's trying to run in trees. There comes Telekinesis back into Rage Boss. And he may go down, pops the loosened beams. Mr. Hurley stays around, throwing stuff out. But now Mr. Filthy Frank runs into a stun from Rage Boss. Rage Boss not actually going down there. And yeah, Mr. Hurley just taking it to the face. And poor Mr. Filthy Frank running straight into that.
Yeah, Rage Boss played that pretty perfectly over there. I mean, he saved his stun. He was about to stun the Luna. He was about to stun him and then saw that Filthy Frank was on his way, stopped his stun, saved it for Filthy Frank, and they were able to get yet another pick off. So very, very well played there. Very well played. But yeah,
look at this dirty axe. Look at this dirty axe. Cuts in the wave.
This is what Axe does. This is Axe. This is Rax Axe. It's normal. This is what he does. What he does well. But I must say, like we were saying before, that APG didn't really have the wave clear against Luna last game, whereas Pulse, I mean, Pulse does. They've got like you said, they've got the Fade Bolt, they've got the Arc Lightning, they've got Aghanim who can wave creeps. They've got a lot better lane, I would say creep control this game against the Luna SD. So a bit of a better lineup here versus it. But yeah, unfortunately, you know, the second game, Pulse just, you know, fell into APG's trap. Took on fights they weren't really supposed to. But the mid gank onto ACG here is very viable. They lock him down enough.
Stu, Hoof Stomp, Smacker may be able to pick up the last kill, but no, it goes to Fady with that Fade Bolt. I mean, beautiful smoke gank. I mean, executed perfectly. I don't think there's anything much more to say about that. Except they may actually pick up another kill here on Filthy Frank. Rage Boss doesn't have Stampede yet, only level 4, so not going to be able to follow that up. And I mean, yeah, they're doing some decent work here, getting that kill on ACG. I feel if they can shut down ACG and then move their attentions to Luna, they stand in very good stead against the side here of APG. But Fatal Bond's been popped out. Last word as well. Not going to be able to do too much. ACG just TPing in.
Look, both drafts have very good team fight potential and nice initiation. I just think it's gonna come down to the fact that who initiates on who.
Oh, but mid lane.
Mid lane, what's going on mid?
Smack is gonna go down. That's what's gonna happen.
Going down here.
ACG one more right click, and ACG picking up the kill. So this time round, a return gank coming out from APG. Again, that's a beautiful kill there onto Mr. Smackaroonie, the Zeus. He's only all-powerful when in Mount Olympus. He's been called down by the human gods to come and play in Dota for us. And he does eventually go down. Oh, yeah, comes out the disruption. Fatty going to pick up the telekinesis, bring Hurley back, not into the hoof stomp. And they're going to be able to get away with that without too many casualties and not being punished enough for that either.
And Luna ulti is up, so they can opt to actually turn around here if they want to fight. Filthy Frank is here to heal them up just a little bit. Unfortunately, the Warlock as well as the Shadow Demon only sitting at level 4, so they can't really contribute much, but except for Fatal Bonds and maybe a Shadow Word, which is still pretty significant. But they can definitely go and turn around here onto Rage Boss with the Luna ulti being up. The TPs are now out, so they don't have anything here. But in the meantime, I mean, Aghanim is doing some nice work onto this tier 1 tower here. The bottom tower is taking quite a lot of damage here, and it's gonna go down in just a little bit. I think with this creep wave, it should actually go down. They might glyph it. Yep. They're gonna glyph it and maybe try get the deny off here, but
Blink showing out here by O'Malley, getting the jump on Aghanim. Is it enough? It is. Dunk, says the good sir, and down goes Aghanim. Doppler throws out the magic missile.
Oh, the blink's available. Blink is available. Is he gonna do it? Is he gonna do it?
He's got call as well. I don't think he's going to jump just yet. We do actually have Fatty in the sidelines here, just actually showing up in the top lane. In the meantime, they do lose Rage Box from Hurley. Probably just finishing him off there with a normal loosened beam. Going to be good enough. He does go down. So quite a bit expended to actually bring down the Rage Boss, but this is going to translate into a tier 1 top being lost for the side of Pulse. And let the illusions begin, says the Shadow Demon, as they're going to right click down that tower as well.
I definitely think APG win that, because I mean they got the denial off there onto the bottom tower. The top tower is gonna go down, unfortunately, but they did get the denial off on the other tower. So definitely APG is gonna come out on top here. First they're gonna get the tower, and they got the denial off as well. But we'll have to see what's happening here. Oh, shame. Rage Boss has disconnected. Do you think Rage Boss actually raged?
No, I don't think so. Rage Boss rage. come on. You don't call
Come
yourself.
on, it's-
I mean, it's like
yeah,
calling.
that's
It's like
over.
calling your Rottweiler Bubbles or Puffy. I mean, it's like that kind of vibe. You don't name yourself Rage Boss and actually rage. Come on now.
Oh yes, trust me on this one. But yeah, one thing we haven't actually spoken about here is the Zeus. With his dewarding, possibilities here, it's going to be very hard for them to get vision on the map. Because I mean, if they do spot you out, Zeus is going to come there with just a little bit of mana with his lightning bolt and completely take out your vision. But it doesn't seem like he knows that he's got there's a ward on the high ground here. So I think that when he does eventually, if he uses his ulti here mid or something that affects, and he is within the vicinity, he'll be able to see. But yeah, that's what really nice. It's very annoying when you play against the Zeus and he constantly dewards you for nothing. There's supports don't have to buy the sentries and so forth. It is very nice. So yeah, we'll have to see what he does here. But I must say, APG have got the 2 aggressive wards. They've got the one right in the lane here at the top and the one in the mid here. But yeah, ACG is very, very low. He's getting surrounded
Fatty.
by heroes.
Telekinesis into lightning.
There we go.
Brings
See?
down the
Now
call
they
from
know
the
it's there.
skies.
Now they know it's there. They're gonna just have an instant deward here.
Yeah, and there you go.
Nice 100 gold.
Easy peasy. So picking up a beautiful kill on ACG, but top lane now, Mr. Rage Boss going to get disrupted up. Hurley running himself down the lane, trying to go toe-to-toe. Rage Boss, he does get the kill eventually. Fadik bringing out the telekinesis. Doppler trying to get into position to try and do something here. He does have the magic missile. Can he get it off? He doesn't. And Bob Yule's throwing down that soul catcher. Should they decide to actually turn on to Fady. There comes the wave of terror. We do have Smacker actually rotating to the top lane. Maybe enough to actually bring them down. And the side of APGs says, let's just get the flip out, boys. I don't have enough to fight this just yet.
No, I definitely don't. But I think when Amali starts getting... I mean, it looks like he's going to go for the pipe, which he's desperately going to need for his team. The Zeus outputs an insane amount of damage. So you're not going to see the Vanguard Blade Mail axe straight away. But he does have that Blink Dagger available. And there's, of course, always the infused raindrops. But now he does have that Inverse Ruin. He could potentially go on to Rage Boss here. We do have ACG as well in the vicinity, but Rage Boss gets out. Kind of smelling something is funky here, but oh no, Smacker running a bit far forward here.
Well, he does have that backup here from the Rubik as well as the Venge. Not going to be good enough. They pick up Smacker really easy. And
O'Malley almost getting the chop.
or 5-man push down mid lane. Well, this is going to be a
This is what you
lot
need
to
do
actually
with an
defend.
SD Luna.
Yeah, now this is what you need to do. 5-man, take towers, take objectives, and they're going to get to tier 1 tower. We've got Rage Boss in the sidelines, does have Stampede. Here comes the Telly in here from Morph. He's going to try and make something happen. Rock coming down, not going to land on anyone as Stampede's going to be used out. Fatty being going on here by ACG. There comes the Insanity's Eclipse, makes easy work of him. And they're looking for more. Can they actually find it? Going to be striding up. Rage Boss catches a 2-man plus Rock hoof stomp. They're going to try and see if they can actually close him out. 4 for the side of APG, trying to see if they can actually bring him up. In the meantime, in the backlines, they do have enough to actually bring down the Rubik as well as the Center Warrunner. And there comes Battle Hunger out into Smacker O'Malley, trying to see if he can actually close the gap. Can he get the call off? It doesn't actually land. Telekinesis is going to bring him closer to the tower. There's the lightning bolt from Zeus. Smacker taking a chunk of damage. Aghanim's getting the wave and the agility adaptive strike off. Going to be good enough. And
Yeah, the Rage Boss diving a bit too deep there, and the rest of his team's like, okay, dude, you're dead. We're getting out of here. But
thanks for
yeah,
creating space.
that's definitely creating space. But if you weren't, like satisfied enough with the SD Luna, then you got Filthy Frank to drop down the Chaotic Offering as well. It's just the amount of push on the side of APG right now is disgusting. It really is. I mean, you've got Bob Yules making illusions of Hurley. Then, of course, you got the Fatal Bonds into Rock. It's gross. It's absolutely gross. But yeah, unfortunately, the Morphling couldn't TP there in time, and they couldn't defend against that. They really couldn't defend against that, and they're losing Smacker there instantly with the axe call. Very unfortunate. Then the blink call onto Doppler there as well, just distracting the whole side of Pulse, leaving the Luna just to freely take the tower, and then they were able to fight off that because all the big ultis were still up.
Yeah, well, I mean, we did see a little bit of a smoke gang trying to be played here from the side of Pulse, as ACG probably had his spider senses tingling. He actually decided to get out. They may actually look at trying to pick this up. Smacker coming in from the back lines already. ACG trying to run away, going to make his way down to the bottom part of the map and try and create a little bit of distance here. But looking at the bot lane though, it is going to be the next move to take down this tier 1 bot. We've got Mr. O'Malley just trying to create a little space here as well with Filthy Frank. Going to have actually smoked up, try and see if they can pick themselves a kill. In the meantime, top lane, they're going to be putting a little bit of pressure here on this tier 2 as well. So maybe Smacker being caught out of position here. Here comes O'Malley, gets the blink off into call. Filthy Frank dropping it down. That shadow word. Easy dunk for O'Malley. Go Kobe Bryant.
And it's going to be pretty significant since they're going to have that pipe up very, very shortly. I mean, he is not far away from it. And they're going to be able to do quite a lot. But now Stampede getting used, Axe getting now caught out.
Into Rock. Rage Boss taking a chunk of damage here from the Fatal Bonds as well. ACG gets a double kill with the Asanities in clips. Now they're trying to see if they can find out Doppler. A couple of right clicks coming out here from... oh, okay, never mind. It was the O'Malley that gets the dunk. Finding him there, finding himself a beautiful
that
kill.
wasn't even 5. That wasn't even 5 because Bob Yules and Hurley just, casually take the tower.
Tier 2, easy
Like,
peasy.
Tier 2 easy. And it's only
Love.
3 of them.
Carry
I mean,
love.
Fatal Bonds, oh no. O'Malley just doing whatever the hell he wants on this map, catching everyone out with that blink call. But yeah, I mean, that blink call into K-Rock offering and Fatal Bonds, and then Sanity's Eclipse dropped on top of that. I mean, you don't even need your 5 heroes there.
No, I mean, that is just a huge amount of damage that you actually have to deal with. I mean, that begs the question. I mean, do you pick up something like a pipe now to try and defend against it? And if we do, who's going to be our pipe carrier? Going to be the Saint? He's
The Saint
nowhere.
but he's nowhere near anything.
No, and I mean, look at the Axe. I mean, he's already got himself the pipe as well. So he's doing really well for his team. He's got that magic defense for his team against the Zeus, against that Fade Bolt, and whatever else they decide to throw him away from Aghanims. So, I mean, with O'Malley doing so well, I mean, they're going to have a lot of defensive items here for the side of APG.
Yeah. And then we're going to have a Blade Mail up very soon. I mean, he just picked up pipe. You're going to have a Blade Mail up very soon. But in the meantime, Doppler is
getting
going to go
caught.
down here. Yeah.
Getting caught with his pants down. Bobby Yules picking up the last right hit there. I mean, that's...
Shame. I think he just wanted to go ward.
Shame,
Like,
Alex.
shame, guys. Just let the guy put the ward down, at least. But yeah, also, the problem is Aghanim here is not getting any space on this map. Now getting called up yet again by O'Malley. Oh no, he chopped the courier.
Oh, well, Aghanim.
Okay, I'm not going to get the kill onto Aghanim, but I might as well kill the courier.
Yeah.
Oh, O'Malley.
The next best target on the map.
Yeah, next best target. I'm not going to get the kill onto this Morphling with just me and the... just with me and the Shadow Demon there. But yeah, they're definitely able to get the courier kill there. But as I was saying before, I mean, Aghanim has had no space on this map. He's got almost no farm to speak of. Yes, he's almost got a Lincoln Sphere, but it's not really going to do much at this stage. I know I said at this stage, but it's 16 minutes in. It's still a pretty fast Lincolns, but I mean...
I feel that we have to move to net worths at the moment. And looking at the net worth graph, APG, 3 of their cores sitting top of the charts. ACG... Mr. Hurley and then Mr. O'Malley, all sitting in pretty good spirits here in terms of net worth, then closely followed by Aghanims and Smacker on their Zeus and Morphling. So far, APG looking in a very commanding lead at the moment. I mean, 17-7 as well, doing really well here for the side of APG.
Yeah, and I must say, like, O'Malley's been getting, like, RNG spin. Like, jeez, I mean, okay. I know, okay, axe spins are pretty legit. I mean, he always, no matter what, he'll always spin on the fourth right click. But he's been getting like spin, 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 right click, spin, spin, right click. His RNG is real with him today, and they do have an Alpha Wolf as well. So the Luna is going to be hitting quite a bit, and you do notice that most of them have the infused raindrops on them as well. So not only do they have pipe, but they've got some. A pretty decent, nuke evasion, and put it that way. So perfect way of playing against the Zeus. But it does look like Smacker, he's going to get into trouble here again. Getting blinked and called here by O'Malley once again. Shadow were to follow up. Even
Soul-Catcher.
the demonic purge. And now chop.
Yeah.
Chop, chop. Good
Easy.
day, sir.
Easy peasy. I mean, Smacker kind of caught with his pants down. You'd expect it, but well, like I mean, the creeps. No, but the creeps are pushing up high ground up here, and Smacker was caught out here in this position.
Yeah, understand, but why are you there in the first place? I mean, there's a Blink Dagger Axe on the field. You have no tier 1 or tier 2 tower in that lane. You are very far ahead. As a Zeus right now, he's got no blink, he's got no escape items. So if he gets caught out, he pretty much just dies. Very out of position there.
I think
But
it's
we do have a
more.
pause coming out
I
as
do
well.
think it's more about the fact that there's no wards on the map. I mean, let's just take a look at vision.
There is a ward. There was a ward right there as they entered. They did smoke up though. So the ward obviously does not spot smoke. But, I mean, he did have a ward here. So he probably felt secure. He had a ward there. He had a ward here. But still, you don't go that far forward if you're this far. Like, you're not exactly winning the game. You're quite behind, and the map belongs to APG right now. You do not go that far forward with the map being this tight. There is no space. You stay in base. You wait for them to come to you. Maybe they can make a mistake while pushing up high ground, and then you can try to do something. But being that far forward right now with no tier 1 or tier 2 towers, with very little vision, only 2 observer wards on the map, it's a scary thing, and it's not the right thing to do. But they do, however, go take down the big bad man here. It's going down pretty fast, and I assume Hurley. Yeah, Hurley's
The terror
gonna be
wave
going
actually just helps out. The terror wave actually just takes away a little bit of armor there. O'Malley trying to see if he could actually find out Mr. Dropler himself. He's not going to be able to find him. He got out of there as soon as he saw them in the pit. And that is the big bad token, and now going to be set on Mr. Hurley himself. So let the siege begin, boys. And I think we're going to see a decent showing here. The Shadow Demon Luna this time round. Hurley finishing up the Hurricane Pipe as a priority. And we'll see what he next moves into very, very soon. I think it's probably going to be the Manta. But let the Illusion Wars begin.
Illusion Wars, there's no need for Illusion Wars. They can pretty much do whatever the hell they want right now. But like I said, if they do make a mistake, they can do something. But I mean, Luna's got that Shadow Word, she's got Aegis, so she can literally just tank tower for days, possibly take it. It's fine. Now they're going to go back, remake Illusions.
We got Rock available. I mean,
Not
Filthy
recommendable,
Frank,
like,
he's
the whole
ready
team
to
of
rock.
APG just sits back and goes, okay, let's not waste the Aegis, but let's take the tower with the Aegis. Maybe then after Aegis gets dropped, let's reinitiate. We've got the rock, we've got a melee blink, call, axe, and Piper's up in 17 seconds again. So they might be waiting for that to reinitiate. And then of course you've got the big hammer himself, the Odie, with the huge arcane orbs, and obviously the Sanity's Eclipse, which does a ridiculous amount of damage against heroes like Morphling, like the Centaur Warrunner. It does huge amounts of damage to those types of heroes. So yeah, they've got all bases covered here on the side of APG. It's a very, very strong draft.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
even
like they can try and mute down Hurley as much as they want to. He has Aegis, got the Shadow Demon making illusions of him. This should be a pretty easy tower and pretty much free. I mean, they can't really do much to stop this.
oh, here comes out the imprisonment. Gonna be actually catching out Fatty. There comes the Stampede. Rage Boss trying to find a target. Taking a huge amount of damage as Zeus lets all loose. And Hurley picking up the kill onto Rage Boss. There comes out the offensive disruption as the illusions are just going to make some work here of the Rexes in the mid lane. And so far, APGs look like they're in the lead. Objectives done. In the meantime, top lane though, Mr. Aghanim trying to see if he can make a play. Mally getting the blink call off, and ACG TPing in as well. As Aghanim's trying to get out there, he's revealing himself, trying to right click, and then immediately.
Trying to get out.
And then, Mr.
Yeah,
Aghanims, can he
Aghanim
actually
is so dead.
dunk?
Sorry.
Oh, Lincoln's too good, but ACG one right click and good enough.
ACG's Arcane Orb takes care of that Morphling pretty damn fast. So I mean, yeah, it's a very scary game. I mean, he is trying his best to split push. Maybe he can rat a bit, but unfortunately, all those TPs, he gets caught out. I mean, there's so many ways to get him. You got the disruption, you've got the astral imprisonment, you got the axe call that goes through your Lincolns. He doesn't care about Lincolns or BKB the call. So you're always locked down. I mean, they've got so many ways to deal with this. Yeah, I mean, they didn't even drop Aegis taking the racks. They couldn't do anything. They literally couldn't do anything.
No, it's going to be super difficult. We've got Aegis going to be timing out in the next 1 minute 30 if the side of APG want to do anything. They took a pretty easy mid lane of Rex, really uncontested. I mean, there's not much you can really do against the Luna. Even standing close to those towers, you start getting glaved to death. We saw in one of our previous Masters games where a hero would have actually died in the backlines, not even being able to right-click it down the Luna just from the glaives. It was absolutely ridiculous and quite funny at the same time. Was going down to the Luna glaives. I mean, this thing, once you get it close to the racks, you start panicking, people. You panic and you try and deal with it as soon as possible.
I mean, she doesn't even have a Manta right now, you know. Going for it now, though, however, she could be going for that Skadi as well, but I doubt it. I think the Manta's just way too good with the SD combo.
So ACG may find Rage Boss here in the top lane. O'Malley's in the vicinity. There comes the imprisonment. O'Malley, blank, call. No, just going to call, baby. It's good enough. Stampede even used. Not good enough as the dunk comes out from O'Malley.
Well, unfortunately, Stampede used and call used straight afterwards, so there's no getting out of that. Tried his best to be as quick on his fingers as possible, but O'Malley just quick on the button there that time. It's a bit unfortunate. It's also like that tanky hero just seems like he's got nothing. Yeah, I mean, that's the power of an OD, I guess, against your strength heroes. It absolutely destroys it. It's such a good pickup. Really, it was really a good pickup. And now Pipe is here. Ages is still up, by the way. And they can pretty much just do whatever the hell they want here again.
I think it's going to be timing out very soon, so they're going to be super careful here. You're going to be right-clicking down those Rexes, doing quite a bit of work here on this tier 3. Lightning from the Zeus does come out. Smacker trying to make some work. Aegis is down on the deck, so they managed to get in there in enough time. Aegis is going to respawn in 6 minutes time plus minus. They do take the top lane of Rex. They've got all players alive here for the side of Pulse.
They've got a ratting problem.
Oh, they've got to make a player. Aghanim's taking the top tier 3 here for the side of APG. Doppler being purged out. ACG picking up the kill on Rage Boss. And he's looking for more drops. The Sanity's Eclipse gets himself a triple kill, deleting the Rubik, smashing the Vengeful, and playing with the Centaur runners' private parts. But top lane in the meantime, we've got a Melee returning back. Aghanim's, he's going to TP out.
Jabba, this is game. This is
Oh,
game.
there comes the rock. Oh, there we go. GG, well played. Being called out by Rage Boss. Not going to be good enough. Couldn't finish up the top lane of Rax. So there you have it. APG take game number 3, making them the overall winners of the best of 3.
I must say, though, I don't think we've casted a single game in the Master Series this far that has actually gone to a game 3. It's always 2-0 or you know, something like that. I don't think I can recall. Maybe Sargon in the chat, you can correct us if we're wrong. I just personally can't remember one. It's been a while since I've seen a best of 3 in the Master Series so far. I mean, it could have happened ages ago and I don't remember, but I mean, well played to Pulse. I mean, I haven't seen a team contest APG like this since WRG. I mean, they've been undefeated this entire series. You know, except for the game versus WRG, but I haven't seen a team actually contest APG this much so far.
Well, they did.
Yeah,
They
really well played to them. They really did play well. My hat goes off to Pulse at the moment. But yeah, APG coming on top once again and showing who's boss.
Well, this time around, the Luna Shadow Demon combination actually manages to pull it off, finishing the game in just above 25 minutes. And that's how you get the game done. It didn't leave much time for Aghanim to actually get much stuff farmed up, so that he couldn't. He couldn't get that shotgun, couldn't get any of those big items up for him to actually become a dominating factor. But nonetheless, I mean, that's the way the cookie crumbles, and APG take the series out of the hands of Pulse. I mean, they've both teams played really well. And just today, the victors, a little bit better than normal, going to be APG. I'm just having a look at the different builds here from both teams. Rage Boss suffering a little bit, not being able to actually pick up that Hood of Defiance. Well, he managed to pick up the Hood of Defiance, but didn't actually manage to translate it into a pipe, becoming a little bit of a problem there for his team. If he could have actually got that up at a better timing, could have made a little bit of a difference. But also no Crimson Guard as well. I mean, the right clicks of the Luna was doing absolutely amazing work. So it made it really difficult. But, I mean, I suppose that's what's so important about the space that your supports can create.
Yeah, but it's not just their supports. I mean, it's a disgusting combo. I mean, first you've got O'Malley Axe, right? O'Malley was playing beautifully on the axe, getting those key pickoffs, getting the blink calls, you know, like, playing the axe like you're supposed to play. You're not supposed to be afraid of playing the axe. You're supposed to go in, and if you die, you die. You're the team initiator. You know, you're meant to go down if you call 5 heroes, that type of thing. Unless you're strong enough, then obviously, you know, you're God on axe. But then they have ACG on this OD that deals with the Morphling, deals with the Centaur Warrior very, very quickly. They've had that early pipe on Amalie as well. Then if you didn't have enough push with the Shadow Demon Luna, you've got a Chaotic Offering to worry about, which is absolutely disgusting. And then you've got Luna ulti coupled up with ACG's ulti, the Sanity's Eclipse. It's just so much damage coming out there. And I mean, yes, Pulse had a good draft, but there was no space for them. They couldn't create the space for Aghanim to get big. He did try Rats. He did try get somewhere, you know, like, well, I can't help in this team fight. There's no way I can stop, you know, the push of APG. Let me try force some TPs back. Let me try get some towers of our own. Let me try do something. And I mean, they obviously didn't really care. I mean, all they needed to do was TP in 1 or 2 heroes and leave the SD and Luna to, you know, just right-click the towers away. And I mean, it's just unfortunate. There was no space for them to get big enough to actually deal with APG. That's, as you said, that's the way the cookie crumbled. And unfortunately, the items just didn't come out in time for them.
Well, I mean, just having a look at one of the big items here for the side of APG, the blink on O'Malley. He managed to pick that up at around about 7 minutes 30, his blink. Whereas Rage Boss only picked his blink up at the 19-minute mark. I mean, you can see the difference in how important it is for your playmakers, specifically your Centaur and your Axe, to actually get that blink dagger up and running. And you can see how much of a difference it made once O'Malley picked up his blink on his Axe. I mean, it did absolute amazing work.
I'm glad normally you see the Rax Axe strats that go for that early Vanguard. I'm glad to see that he went for the Blink Dagger and saw, okay, this game, we need to go for the Blink Dagger. We need to go for the early pipe. I won't pick up my Vanguard. I'll go for the Poor Man Shield instead. And then I'll build my Blade Mail. He did absolutely fantastically. His item choices were really on point, and it did help out his team quite significantly. And also the fact that they all carried around the infused raindrops with the pipe. It's just the magical damage was kind of null and void. You know, they couldn't really do much. And then obviously the Zeus never being able to pick up the Veil of Discord, which is essentially the anti-pipe item, choosing to go for the Ether Lens instead because he literally couldn't get off his spells without dying, so he needed a bit more range. It just forced Pulse into a corner, and they couldn't do anything. I mean, when you got seven kills on Pulse and 26 on APG and a 25-minute GG, they got ruffle stomped. And unfortunately, I mean, this happens sometimes, but they did give a huge showing in Game 2. Well done to Pulse. You know, I mean, they really did do well. They really did well. Like I said, I haven't seen a team contest APG this much in a while, so it was refreshing. It really was.
Right, well, with that all said and done, I think that is going to be the end of this cast. We thank you for joining us on this beautiful Sunday evening. We wish you all the best for the upcoming week. Tomorrow is Monday. Let's not worry about that. Let's go play Dota, make our lives happy, and watch some of the other games. If you guys are interested, there was White Rabbit Gaming versus an international scene K4 that did take place earlier. You can probably go and find them somewhere on YouTube.
Dota 2 South Africa, you'll be able to find all the links. Yeah, it was APG versus WRG versus the Egyptian team, and then the DC versus XDC game is also still up on YouTube to go see. Reddit did cast that as well. So there's some good games for you guys to go and watch if you missed out.
So with that said and done, there's going to be some more Masters games this week. Do join us, and hopefully we'll be able to keep you in touch with further Masters Leagues games that are going to be taking place. But I think from myself, Jabba and Succubus, we wish you guys a beautiful Monday, great Tuesday, an amazing Wednesday, and just an overall rounding amazing week. From ourselves, good night, and
Bye-bye.
God bless.
How do you achieve your greatness?
There's no margin for error.
No room for mistakes.
You need total control.
Your success is determined by your grit.
It takes thousands of hours perfecting your moves.
And only the strong survive.
You think you've paid your dues?
You think you're ready to enter the arena?
Think again.
This is the Telkom Digital Gaming League,
This is where legends fight till the last second.
where the action explodes straight through your system.